What?
He does it every time.
Again, welcome to the Sneakerphiles podcast. I'm your host, Eugene. You can find us online at www.sneakerphiles.com, sneakerphiles.com. You can find us on Twitter at Sneakerphiles and on Instagram at Sneakerphiles_podcast. Once again, we are recording live from Stay Fresh, Canada's premier sneaker consignment store. You can find them at www.stayingfresh.ca. And to my right, we got
Joe.
Hi, Joe.
What's happening?
You tell me.
Not a lot.
What you got on feet today?
Shoes.
Nice shoes.
Flyknit trainers.
So you were lucky enough to score a pair on Nike.ca?
Yeah.
All right.
One of few. Not
Nike.ca?
enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
NDCA, as we call them in the trainer community.
I just call it NCA.
Wow.
NCA.
Just
Yeah.
because you wear trainers doesn't mean you're athletic.
It can't mean that.
Just kidding.
Wah, wah, wah.
How do they fit?
Sad training.
True to size.
True to size, so go true to size.
Little,
Unlike,
little more width than a racer.
how about the racer? Do you go half size up for that usually?
I did not.
Okay.
I
Usually, though.
No.
Okay.
I mean,
But they fit a little wider.
talk to other people if you got wide feet. I think I have regular feet. Nike fit me the best out of any footwear brand in the planet.
That's where
the
your
most
brand loyalty
consistent.
came from.
That's the most consistent for sure.
For me, anyways. So I'm guessing I've got their regular
Trainers,
width.
I have to go up half size. No.
Like,
Racers or
I'm-
trainers?
Anything
Anything
trainers
Flyknit?
in
Running-
general, but
yeah.
I'm saying the trainers and the racers,
Yeah.
I both went half size up, and
Yeah.
it fits better.
Nice.
They do look good.
But you know,
So you're part of the Kanye clan now.
Ye-nits.
Fuck your.
Ye-nits?
It's pronounced incorrectly. Yay-nits, motherfuckers.
So you are wearing the pair of Ye
No, I'm
knits.
not. I am wearing the white and black Flyknit trainer for
They were-
no
they
other
were
reason.
Model number now.
they were
So,
easy to get. so
Skew?
Yeah.
These nuts.
Anything else you want to talk about before we move on?
Nope.
All right.
Nope. Let's keep it rolling. We got a hot show today.
So to the right of the Kanye wannabe, we got.
Wow.
You motherfucker.
It's Jason. What's up, boys?
I'm doing okay.
Just okay?
Usually I'm great, but I'll get into it. Don't worry.
Traffic stuff. Yeah.
Traffic stuff. It's not the best, especially when I was just stuck in my car for like 2.5 hours,
Sucks.
not moving.
No
Taken?
fun.
Usually,
Or taken two?
Taken two.
what?
We in the trunk?
Oh no, I was
Taken?
I was driving.
Liam Neeson's.
Usually it's like with no traffic, it's like 15-20 minute drive. Today it took like over 2 hours. So
Wow,
it's not the
that's
best.
exciting.
Apparently,
for
some
you.
cyclist or motorcyclist, I'm not quite sure, got hit right before I started traveling, and
That shit'll happen.
You know, in the
He's a
the
common
biking
motorbiker.
community,
CMB.
shocks are their motto.
Really?
Yeah,
what do you mean?
Like
What?
NZ and R4? Nike shocks?
Nike shocks. When
Is that thing? They still make that thing?
No, back in the day that was like
Okay.
the it because like you
Remember
can,
the shocks?
You can hold the clutch with a thick little spring in the back.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's cool. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
If you were a racer, you had
Pierre's
shocks.
tidbits.
I had a lot of dumb friends that had motorcycles. That's why.
Top 3 tidbits.
Timbits?
He said he had
Regular
a lot of.
glaze, sour cream, apple
And
fritter.
chocolate.
So, anything else you want to add, Jason?
Buttercream,
Jason,
I
before we move?
don't know. I didn't add anything other than saying
Oh,
hello.
He just
See,
got
I just
cut
stole
off
his
on
thunder,
all
man.
I
sides.
didn't have much.
Thunder.
There's nothing.
That's what you
No
get for
thunder.
asking me a question.
I know. Stupid.
Any updates in the sneaker world? Anything interesting?
We're not going to do house updates? No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
There's
I think we've done
nothing
enough,
there.
and I think you've
I
talked
think,
about
And
it.
now he's
I
got
think they're
one.
boring. No, I have 0 updates. No. Nothing.
Nothing?
No, I got nothing.
Fair
Thanks
enough.
for listening,
let's
people.
just get on
Thanks
with
for
it.
joining
Get on
us.
with
We
it.
have nothing for you.
All right, to Jason's right, we got.
This is Pierre, guys. What's going on?
What's going on, Pierre?
Nothing much, dude.
Hi,
Buy
Pierre.
anything new?
No.
Spend any money this week?
Yeah, lots of money.
What'd you spend money on? Hey, by the way, I'd like to apologize to everybody that
Oh, he's gonna throw. I already know this is going. I already know this is.
I'm giving you a chance, bitch.
Okay.
So
okay.
I do apologize for missing a recording last Wednesday. We usually record on Wednesday and release on a Sunday. So I do apologize that we missed a week of shows. And I think Pierre is one of the main contributors to what had happened. You care to explain yourself?
What that I. What was it? I blacked out.
You
there for a
totally,
second.
you totally sold us out.
I think
last
we-
No, because I was gonna throw props now. I was gonna call up my buddy to say thank you.
We'll fucking do it then.
We'll
What are
see
you
about
waiting
that.
for?
That's why I didn't think it would be.
That's enough. So that's all we can get away with.
That's all.
So
seconds.
we usually record around 7:30, and sometimes a little bit later, between 7:30.
I called the
and 8.
audible.
So he did call the audible very, very last minute, around like 6:45 or so. You want to explain what happened there last
Yeah,
week?
my buddy just offered me free tickets to Kendrick Lamar.
Ticket or tickets?
Well, ticket is one. But
Okay.
All right. So
go with him.
Did you actually go to the show?
You had to
I
go by
actually did.
yourself.
And you went early, like you wanted to?
No, he didn't want to go early apparently.
You know why?
But dude, there was what's his face was there?
You didn't know his face until he was like up and over.
I actually don't know a
Kendrick
lot.
was there?
No, who's the guy that opened for him? The guy
Is
that
it Travi?
yeah, I don't know a lot about Travis Scott, but he was hype.
I hear he's cool.
How much autotune was there?
Dude, the whole thing is
much.
I know it's so tough. It's tough.
I went
for
to the
me.
Future concert and that was crazy.
By the way, did
Like,
you
not?
You also
like
went
crazy.
to Livestock's pop-up shop.
Yeah,
too.
man, that was awesome.
you
That was
get
awesome.
anything?
Yeah, I got a Kung Fu Kenny shirt.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good. It was
Here's the
good.
best part. Pierre told us all about it and that there was shit there and everything. And you can buy multiples after he had already
Well,
left.
just like the trainers that you got that we didn't hear of until today.
What?
He said.
Weren't
he
you
told
guys
us.
on Nike.ca?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I was there. I didn't see you.
He said he did.
Caught? Did you?
Yeah.
Oh my bad.
You
I didn't even
I probably
realize
fell
what was
asleep.
blank
going
out
on.
constantly.
Probably fell asleep. Probably.
So
Just
yeah,
Blaze?
to everyone,
No,
that,
no.
to everyone that was disappointed in us missing a recording last week, you can thank Pierre's friend.
Me.
No, your friend.
Oh, my friend.
Yeah.
His
you,
Instagram account is I am not sorry.
Shout out to Toucan Sam, by the way.
Wow.
Toucan
Anything else to
Sam.
add before we move on?
No, it's just went to Pride.
Can you be more specific?
So Vancouver does a Pride parade every year that celebrates the LGBTQ2 community.
What's the two?
I think it's something spiritual, like something about the First Nations.
Okay, that's
not
too much
100%
for me to
sure.
wrap
Yeah,
my head around already.
But it was awesome,
They have
dude.
to share a day.
What do you mean share a day?
The first name, like that's a race.
No. Okay,
the other one's a
so
lifestyle.
don't.
I'm sorry, man. I don't
Don't-
understand the connection.
Uh-oh.
I don't even know if it's 100% the two or is it?
Are you
two?
are you saying
I
that
think
you're
we're going
not?
down a
But
lot
there's
of
a
paths
new
here. Like,
clarification.
I heard two
there's
things
a
and I was
new,
like,
there's a new thing that's been added to that LGBTQ.
I thought Q
something.
was the new thing that
Two,
was
is that
added.
just-
No, there's
squared?
one more.
Is
And
it
it's
just squared? Is that what that means? No.
no.
We should probably
Double check
let's,
with that.
Let's
but
find
there
out before
is
we
one,
just
and
start.
it relates
Jimmy
to
Jam and stuff out there.
First Nations or
All right.
something.
We apologize for not
Just
knowing this in
spiritual.
advance and and you can Google it. Obviously.
Ooh.
What is it?
He's kind of right.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
quickly looked at
So
it.
Quick,
what
read
is
it
it?
word for word. so nobody gets in trouble.
LGBTQ, chiefly Canadian definition, initialism of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, or sometimes questioning, and two-spirited.
There you go.
What is it? What does that mean?
So I'm going to quickly go in here. Wikipedia says of pretending or being two-spirit. So I will take his word for it
Yeah,
that it
very
has First
spiritual.
Nations implications.
Yeah.
Very
Two-spirit.
Canadian.
Yeah, and it was
First-
awesome, guys.
It's
It was
on-
awesome.
Only first, like, what about my people? We don't get to be gay either and represented.
You were
You
there.
are.
You're there.
You're lumped
You did the
into
G.
there. It's just all humans.
You're the
that
G.
feel that way.
All right, thanks, guys.
There was lots of fly
He's
kicks,
the
by
OG.
the way. Lots of fly kicks. I saw a whole bunch from Yeezys to Air Maxes to Jordans. It was a nice weather too, and they were like just rocking it. It was awesome.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good.
Shout out Pride.
Yeah, maybe
please.
next year Sneakerphiles does a...
We'll get our own float.
location.
I actually want to get a
Do a
float.
Yeah,
podcast
let's get
on a float.
Yeah, let's do that.
We'll
I'm
put
gonna
him
try
up
to
front.
do some volunteer.
Okay, so
to do
who's
some
wearing
float.
the leather? Who's
Well,
wearing
it's
the
only-
banana
it
hammock?
only makes sense that I wear the leather, I guess.
I mean, I've got it.
Yeah.
So,
got it.
the problem
German,
is-
there's a weird, you know.
The
there's
parade
lots of
route
weird
will be
stuff in there.
3/4 over, and we'll still be deciding what to talk about and setting up the mics.
just talking like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And shoes. That'll be the irony.
If we're
There'll be
gonna do like
half-naked
a-
people, and we're like, yeah, nice shoes.
If we're gonna do a float,
Yeah.
and there's gonna be a
He'll
silhouette
never
on it,
give us a...
Yeah.
No, if we do it,
Yeah,
and
okay.
we have a customizer in the group,
Sure. Yes. Yeah.
what should we put it on? Like,
If we
what,
had an
what should we
LGBT
put
or
it-
Pride
what-
Parade float,
What would it
what
look like?
sneaker will
silhouette would we
represent?
use? And then
Well, it'd
The
have to be
event?
it'd have to be a nice pair of balls, wouldn't it?
CO2.
ZO2.
Wait, those aren't even
Pride.
released yet.
Yeah.
Those aren't even released.
The new flesh tone CO2.
Wow.
Vachetta tan.
See, when you say flesh tone, like,
Freshly
we can't even
shorn.
use the word flesh tone anymore, technically.
Why?
Yeah,
You
that's
gotta
true
come-
because that means
Yeah,
anything.
man, ask Crayola.
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah.
But I think if we do it, we should
Random
be
flesh
relevant
tone.
and get Yeezys.
Is that relevant?
Kanye loves gays.
I don't doubt that, but at the same time, I don't see
know.
the connection.
No, we'll
Yeah.
just a silhouette of.
Don't worry,
some
guys. We have a
BTs.
whole year to think.
We got a
about
lot of
this.
time. We got a lot of
lots
time to think this out.
But moving
Yeah.
on. Before we start the show, we're kind of a little rusty because it's been like 2 weeks since we last recorded, and particularly one member of this panel is more rusty than others at most times. And I like to highlight this with a game. Let's cue up the song.
And here we go. Pierre is sexy man. It's Pierre's top 3. Pierre is sexy man. It's Pierre's top 3. Pierre is shit.
Okay, I'm
Pierre's
ready.
top 3. This
Very
is
nice. Very
this
nice.
is a game that we play to get Pierre to free his mind and kind of relax a bit. And the point of this game is to get Pierre to name 3 things of a particular category that I've chosen ahead of time for him to name without even thinking. You ready for this?
Do it. Let's do it.
Pierre, what is your top? Now this is open to your
I'm just
interpretation.
gonna look
and
at you. Yeah.
this is open to your interpretation. I'm not going to give you any meaning behind this category.
Just answer
Do
the
it.
fucking question.
Let's do it.
So your top 3 Disney princesses.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Princess Jasmine, Belle, and Nala. I want to say Nala. Nala.
He does it every time.
Nala's a princess. Don't fuck with me on this one, Joe. When she marries Jonathan Taylor Thomas,
Okay, now you're
She's a
forgotten the
princess.
character. You remember the female character, but you don't. What?
Remind me again who this person is.
Nala is Simba's girlfriend. And when
Judges?
when he inherits Pride Rock, she will be a princess.
She will be.
The hits.
Hey, it's
don't-
his interpretation.
This is why I love
I
this
like
game.
Lion King, and I'm gonna make it work. God damn it,
Bestiality.
guys, help me out on this.
No.
It's okay.
Did we say human princess?
No, we
It's,
didn't.
the
There was-
princess part is
Did we
part
say
of the-
Disney
I think
princess?
she becomes queen of the jungle. I don't think there's a time
What is
in
that?
there-
A princess?
Stop. Whoa. Don't help him. Don't help him.
Brooke,
Don't help him.
Brooke, please help me on this one, bro.
Pierre, when a king marries a lady, what does she become?
Queen. While she's at it, she's a princess, right?
No.
No,
We apologize to the royal families listening to Sneakerphiles podcast.
Nala is a princess. You'll see.
You have to be married to into the royal family to become a princess. You
Who is the princess of that royalty then?
there was none. Simba was a
And-
single child.
And there,
All right,
You'll
Pierre.
see.
2 out of
You'll
3.
see. Nala will be there. Guys, help me
You
out on
liked
this
it
one.
because it had to do with pride.
there's a Kurtzistan custom. Some Nala Air Jordan 3s
Fair
for
enough.
Pierre does it
princess
again,
threes.
guys.
Who was
amazing.
Aladdin's princess then?
You-
Did I say that?
Yeah, you did.
Princess Jasmine, right?
We even
Could've
gave you
been.
that one.
And then Belle.
Yeah.
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 Who else would it be?
You could do
Any
the
other lady?
Little Mermaid. Was you there?
No, I didn't watch
Cinderella?
Little Mermaid.
Little
yeah,
Mermaid
Cinderella.
was definitely a princess. 'cause
Nala.
she
I'm gonna
was
stick
King
with Nala on
Triton's
this one. I'm
daughter.
pretty strong
Yeah.
with Nala.
Yeah.
There's
Any female character.
pretty much.
Any, yeah,
Any
not human.
Human
Well,
female.
Character.
Nobody said that.
That's Pierre's new nickname.
I'm just surprised
Nala.
he didn't say Buzz Lightyear or something.
Yeah, no, he's
What's up,
Nala from
Nala?
now on.
What's the name of that? The cowboy lady there.
Ooh.
She's not a
Jessie.
princess.
Yep, Jesse, good call.
Right? She's not a princess.
No.
She's a cowboy.
No, but I would have given you that over fucking no.
She's a cowboy.
It's
No,
grape
doesn't
soda.
make sense. Look,
No, Nala's top 3.
Colin's gonna check it out. Colin's our fact finder right now.
Yeah.
He's gonna check it out.
Perfect.
Judges?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
All right, next topic. Let's go.
All right.
What do you guys want to talk about now?
What are we going to talk about?
New releases. Anything upcoming releases that you guys want to kind of talk about and get our views on?
Flyknit trainers on the 24th.
Which color?
Black and white. White and black.
White with
So
black.
the
The original, just for no other reason. They are just the original Flyknit. No other reason they're popular. They're just everyone.
which one
wants
was the
them.
Michael Phelps? Was that the yellow, the Volt one?
Yes, the Volt.
Okay, so the black and white came out around Olympic time, I'm guessing?
All of them came out at the same time. You could buy all of them at the same time. You can buy them in Canada because I remember when I bought mine, there was no Nike.ca and you couldn't ship to Canada.
Bummer.
And I didn't have a box at.
So
Let me rephrase that. I didn't have a a mailing
Ain't had no
address
box
in the
at home.
States, so I couldn't get them or an account or anything. So I ended up
Thanks
getting
for
them
that.
through a friend. But yeah, they
one
did
sec.
not have them in Canada.
You've got a couple pairs of these, don't you, Jay?
Just the one now because I sold those ones.
Did they have the 2012 Nike Plus?
I don't know.
There's a logo. There's like
Oh,
branding
sweet.
on the inside. I don't know.
I
if
will
that's-
go and look at home and see
Yeah,
if
do
my
that.
other ones do.
That's cool. What colorway do you
Actually,
have,
nice.
Jay?
Actually, might be able to see that on camera. Maybe not.
Yeah, just
maybe
extreme
into
zoom
Maybe,
in.
Jump
maybe,
into it.
maybe not.
Bam.
That's where the Nike Plus chip
Ah.
used to go.
Cool. I'll have to check that out and see. They're nice.
Is it
I like 'em.
rigid or is it still kind of thin?
What's that?
Like the whole.
I like this actually better than the Racer.
The
To be
Racers?
honest.
So you're talking about like the predominantly black one with the
No,
white
it's this
outline?
one. This.
Oh, you mean the
is-
in-store release for this?
This was all on. Oh, well, it
No,
was all
I'm talking
online.
about what Joe's talking about on the 24th. What's releasing on the 24th?
This
That.
one. This one again. In
20 that's
on the
26.
North
in the
America.
state- North American
26.
release.
Okay,
I think
so we have
it's
another
24.
chance.
Nike.com.
First of all, you want to talk about the
And
Nike.ca release real quick? It came out whatever day it was at midnight our time, and
2 Wednesdays ago? I think it was 2 Wednesdays ago.
there you go. So Wednesday night into Thursday morning,
The
whatever you want to
original is
call
more
it.
White.
This white and black
Take it easy.
Flyknit trainer came out, and out of the four of us, who was able to cop a pair on Nike.ca?
Hypeless.
25%.
Hypeless.
So Joe was able to get a pair. I was not. Jason, no.
No. I
And
was
Pierre, no.
fucking
No,
angry.
I-
He
about it.
didn't even know.
No, I didn't.
Wait, did you even try Pierre?
I was away. I didn't go for it. I went to the casino instead.
I guess
And
it's
he
nice
totally
and
said
close.
he was gonna cop for Brooke and everything, and nothing.
Yeah.
He just totally.
Ouch.
Yeah, dude. After
Okay.
you guys, thing was like it was a horrible. You guys said so. I was like, oh, good thing it didn't.
It was not horrible. It's
Now
just
you
we never
admitted you
got
didn't
it.
even try. You just like
No,
totally
but you guys
left
just
the
said that
building
it was-
before it
you
even
guys-
came out.
Never mind. That's for another subject.
Nala, nala, nala.
Yeah.
Weren't you guys QQing that you guys were given incorrect information?
Ooh.
Not me.
Well, we were all. I mean,
I-
when you hear.
Hey, personally, I was
There
saying
you go,
that
there you go,
I
I'm
just
just
didn't have
saying.
the luck or the skill to get it.
Yeah, I think some
I
people
think-
out
I
in the
think-
community.
yeah, there might have
they're
been
like,
a healthy amount,
yeah,
perhaps.
yeah, possibly. But
But,
when you're led to believe there's a lot of there's good numbers, and then you hear, well, I guess the hype was overwhelming the demand.
I wonder
Makes
why that
sense.
was.
Makes
I
sense
don't
to
know.
me.
I wonder.
We'll figure that out.
We'll get to the bottom of this.
Mhm.
Shit.
Yeah, I was not able to get a pair, and I will be looking forward to the wider release of this thing.
Yes.
And it looks like it's just us in Europe that got them, right? And a few.
yeah.
Were there any U.S.?
I don't think so.
No,
No.
they're
No.
So
I
just
don't think
Europe.
so.
Just
Just
Europe. Okay.
Yeah.
Um.
Some
Yeah,
Europe
I'll try
shops.
again.
And other colors I think are going to be releasing too around the same time.
Around the same time, they'll be dropping those like hotcakes, man.
Go for it.
Yeah, man.
Send it.
Like
It's
the
good
black
shoe.
ones look good, and apparently I saw pictures of a gray one today.
Looks
yeah,
like a
that
That one
dirty.
looks nice too. What's that?
The pale gray.
Yeah.
It just looks like a dirty white black.
Just give it a couple of weeks. Yours will look the same.
No.
It's already on its way.
Sunset. The sunset.
I like the
tint
sunset one
looks
too.
nice.
Yeah. No, I hate it. I hate it.
Do not get it.
Yeah.
It's the worst shoe.
Garbage
don't want
shoes.
those.
Don't buy it. It won't
Yeah.
go with these shorts at all.
How'd you guys feel about the drop? And like really briefly, were you?
Happy.
Yeah, you're happy. You were the
You're
first to
happy.
like.
No, I
complain
don't.
about
I
it,
don't
too.
like. We have zero success on team cops. We've had one team cop that I didn't really.
Two.
No, it's just
we
a-
have two
No.
on record.
One.
Well,
I
we
think-
got the bread ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, bros.
Yeah. Okay. So two.
I'm going to say that
Shadows.
the Nike
Yeah, shadows.
.ca
Oh, sorry,
releases
yeah.
have been terrible.
Royals.
As of late,
As of late, most of
Yeah.
the
No,
no,
anything
I'm going to
hyped.
say
Anything hyped.
well,
Anything good
sure,
has been
it-
shitty.
Yeah, it's been a
Well,
terrible.
I think it's like that
opportunity.
for a lot of different websites as well. It's not just Nike
No,
CA.
that's
I know.
true.
I know a lot of them were a lot worse than Nike CA.
Yeah.
You know,
But there's a lot of hype going on outside of that too. Like, how many articles did you see about the
Every.
knits and like he brought it?
Every.
Yeah, everywhere.
What are
So
those?
it's- Yeah,
you
it's
know the
what
ones that
Nope.
Yay
ones on
knits.
your
Negative.
feet.
like you said, you were disappointed that we weren't able to get a team cop.
Of course.
I guess you were just looking out for us, right?
I was hoping. I mean, and especially when, in my experience, it was all of 3, maybe 4 minutes.
Yeah.
The app on the phone, or the
App?
website through the
Okay.
phone, rather,
Yeah.
didn't. What do you mean? You guys don't have Canadian sneakers yet? No, I'm just fucking with you.
Oh man.
Yeah, that'd be a dick move, wouldn't it? Yeah, the website on my phone, just spinning circle, trying to add this size.
Yeah.
Nothing, no progress whatsoever. So I decided to open a browser on my laptop after about a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Website went through. Fluid, like a shoe. Like if I were buying a Monarch right now on Nike.ca, it was that smooth.
Was it?
So,
are you
that's why I
Wi-Fi
checked.
at home? Or,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's
See,
why I
there's-
checked in with you guys, and I'm thinking this is
Nothing,
fucking
dude.
amazing. Everybody's
There's
just gonna be bang, bang, bang,
Two
bang.
camps in this release is one is like Joe, he goes smooth as silk, and then there's people like me that waited for like 45 minutes just to realize I caught the L.
Fuck.
You know what
Yeah,
the
it was
oddest
waited,
thing?
Waited.
Is it because you have a better size though? Like I mean, you're a size 12, and
It could be.
right?
I don't know.
It could be the size and the demand for that size as
mean-
well. It could be the allotment.
Today for the restock, you were able to see a size, like there's size 12s and stuff.
No,
of-
bigger for the Jordan 1s on Nike sneakers app. It
Yeah.
looked like it was really small, like 7 and 8s, and then really big for. I only saw black toe and top 3. I think there might have been a 12 and a top 3, but by the time I got to the Breads and the Royals, 8 seconds after the buy now link came
gone.
up, sold
Yeah.
out.
You were
Size
7
8's
seconds
fine.
too low, buddy.
Exactly.
I
What the
think
fuck?
that's a big push to get people back to buying stuff on and just focused on Nike for a bit during that day. Like, what's the
Yeah.
purpose of doing it? That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just paying back.
heading out to
I
the-
don't know. They
yeah.
had some stock left. Who it could be a number of reasons, or
Some sort of marketing.
maybe they
ploy?
realized the usage of the app wasn't as high as they had hoped the
Get
last.
their
Well-
downloads on the app up.
Well,
higher
wasn't
or
it a
something?
coincidence or coinciding, like literally coinciding with the release of Nike sneakers in Europe
Europe?
somewhere,
Possibly, yeah.
where it's
Oh, yeah, I
actually
remember
like
it's, yeah.
SNEAKRS, like it's a different
just a
word.
little different, so you know how to search it on the app
Oh, is
store.
it?
I guess.
Ah,
Yeah.
interesting. I didn't know
So,
that.
yeah, so I thought it had something to do with that sneakers was going live
Hmm.
in Europe, and so Sneakers USA said, "Hey, we got you, but really we don't got you.
We don't get you.
You ain't getting shit."
Get the hell out of here.
Like I said, there's two camps. One, the oddest thing happened to me when I was trying to cop this shoe on Nike.ca is that everything went normal, even the part where it's just loading and loading, waiting your turn. You know that depending on the demand. And
It's not in your basket yet.
no, it did that for a while, and then eventually it's just switched over to sold out. You know that happens, right? And then what ended up happening is like you can try another style or da 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 da. You know, they suggest other things for you.
Yeah.
And then I looked, and it said there's something in my cart, and I checked my cart. There was my size sitting in there. I tried to check out. It said it timed out. So I don't know what the hell happened.
Fuck.
I was watching the screen like nonstop.
And so that was after 45 minutes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, see, that brings me flashbacks to like 4 or 5 years ago on East Bay, where it'd go through
Yeah.
the cart, like it'd take you to your checkout page, and then it would just basically take you to the East Bay splash page. Like, it's busy in here.
Yes.
Check back soon when there's
Yes.
more room or whatever bullshit that was.
Yeah, we're full.
And then, your own little Safari page loading spinning's
Yeah.
going on for a little while, and then finally when it loads up, it'll go to the East Bay homepage, but then there's something in your cart, and so you're just panicking, thinking
Yeah.
that it actually loaded. That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's what happened to me, and I don't know if I actually carded or I don't know. Usually when you've carded, it switches right to the checkout screen or whatever, right? But for me, it just kept doing the waiting, and the next thing you know, immediately the next screen was sold out, and then I had something sitting in my cart, and after that, I tried to check out and it says like it expired.
You could open up another browser next time and just refresh it now and again just to see.
I'm scared.
Just
Yeah.
to see
I don't
if
wanna
the
fuck around.
No, like a separate window. It doesn't have to have that item on it,
Yeah.
but just to refresh it to see if the actual shopping cart icon updates.
Interesting.
So you're logged in on both. You're not doing anything in one, but you're doing one in the other.
So
and you could
basically,
refresh it
it's
to
just
see if
matching the
anything-
IP to see if the browser.
if it actually is in fact going in your cart.
See,
or
now
not,
that's just
but
annoying, man. Like
Yeah,
I'm
that
watching
shouldn't
this
be
one
like
browser
that.
and refreshing the other browser every 2
Stupid,
seconds.
but
That's
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
See, that's
it's most likely just a glitch, and they just.
And
the glitch.
It's annoying, but it.
Do you think the
it's-
glitch like meant that I actually carded and never told me, or do you think the glitch means I never had it at all?
Probably never had it at all.
Shut up!
Yeah, what's going to make you feel better?
Yeah.
Which poison tastes better?
Exactly. And that's the only thing so far, knowing how much bullshit the sneakers app has been for the high-end releases, which have been raffled,
Yeah.
or a hyped release, a restock like today or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The only good thing is that once you are put into the queue, like, you know, it says you don't have them yet or something to that effect,
Yeah.
and then we'll let you know. It'll release you, like you click out, like you can tap out of the app or whatever, out of that page after you've tried to load it to your screen, and then it will hit you up with its own splash page, like, sorry you didn't get them, or got them. Do you want to share with friends via social media that
So
you
you
got
can
them?
back out of the waiting queue.
It'll say
It'll put you
waiting or
into it,
pending-
and then there's a
pending
button
purchase.
to like
Yeah.
to do other shit basically, and then it'll
Yeah.
flash on if you got them or if you didn't. So you will.
Is
It's
that
out of your
reliable?
hands basically.
They'll
No, it's
decide.
what
it's
fit-
pending
it's-
purchase
It's
in it. and then
binary.
it'll-
It's
Okay.
on or off,
Okay.
and that's what I'm saying is the blessing. There's no bullshit like having to open another browser to see if the IP's actually doing.
I'm gonna
its
try a different
magic.
browser next time.
So
I've been
that-
using
yeah.
Safari for most of my browsing. I'm gonna try something.
Internet
else.
Explorer.
Maybe Netscape.
Yeah,
Netscape.
I don't think it's gonna matter.
How old are we?
What is that?
None of that.
you
shit's
just use
gonna
the
work.
stock AOL browser or Yahoo.
Where you have to.
I remember
see
I
the-
did use AOL for the longest time, and they only include like X amount of hours before. Like back then, they don't calculate by bits and bytes.
Nope,
they
it was
calculate by
time.
hours.
Yeah,
So like the faster internet you had, like the faster. your-
56K modem, just blazing it.
Screaming.
Yeah, and I did have, and then eventually I got quote unquote unlimited internet. Not the fast. They capped you at like an X amount. They just don't tell you. You do get those warning emails saying that you're close. You're like you're using this much. I'm like, but it's unlimited. And then you also have to pay AOL as well for like what do you
Your
call
monthly,
that? Bring
yeah.
your own internet or whatever it's called. So you can connect via the unlimited internet. Anyways, AOL was a mess. People still use AOL actually.
Do they? Is
Yeah.
it still?
Yeah. You can actually register like AOL.com email addresses. So
That's dope.
maybe I should open up an AOL account just for just for this podcast.
Question for you guys though, like
Any-
with all the, I mean, we've had some horror stories with copying online in the last
Year.
7 months.
Yeah,
Year.
yeah, yeah.
Right, starting of the year, right? I mean, I've been soured by the Atmoses and all that
Royals.
stuff. Yeah, frankly, guys, I don't like copying on the internet. I think there's so many variables out there. To me, I'd rather look and talk to someone and be like, "You have no chance,"
Yeah.
than to be like,
Tell
you
her
know,
Rather than
Tell-
a fictitious
tell it like it is.
Yeah.
entity telling you
I don't know.
that.
Like, I mean, we always get mad at raffles or like when we see people capping like 4 pairs and we don't get any, and we're like, you know what, we're gonna go raffle. I mean, we're gonna go online and stuff like that,
What are you
right?
pointing at me for?
But then now we have experiences like online, and then we're like, fuck that. We're just gonna go back to retail shopping or like
You know.
brick and mortar shopping. So like, no matter what, something fucks up both like
Yeah, the
you know,
game's pretty
physical
fucked.
and online. It's just like we just come back because we want shoes.
That's
Yeah.
just
What kind of game would it be if you always won?
Amazing.
Yeah, you don't wouldn't want.
It would
that?
get boring
I would-
after a while. It would just be like,
I
man, I
don't
just
know.
have. I think so.
There's some
Part
things
of it
in
is
life
about
that
the
you can do
chase.
over and over, and it'll never get boring, Jason.
I don't want to know.
including winning.
Yes,
But
I think it loses its.
look, dude,
fun
we're
after
in a
while
part
if
of
it's,
if
there's no work.
the
involved.
country where the demand for certain sneakers is crazy high, and we're competing with a lot of these people that have a lot more free time and disposable income as we do, and we are quote unquote losing to these people just because they have the time and money to invest to spend on acquiring these sneakers that neither we have the resources or the patience or more or less are willing to do. Like, if you were going to a store and you spend 10 grand a month at that one particular store, I'm guessing they'll hook you up once in a while. But I don't have that kind of money, and I don't want to spend that
That's
kind
true.
of money, right?
Yeah.
And we're competing with the nature of that beast. So I think when it comes to this kind of like vicious cycle of, you know, like spend more to spend more, like we're not that demographic. So if anyone were to complain about like the game not being fair, then I guess That's how I would bring it up. Like, it's just the game's not for us anymore. We're just trying to be included.
We are the game.
Well, we started the game, but like it's a young man's game now, or young person's game now.
I've heard that saying
Rich
so
person's
many
game.
times, and I do believe in it. Like, I mean,
It's not fun.
you
dude.
have to adapt to these kids now. Like, you know, I mean, bots. Like, what the
Like, what's a
fuck are
bot?
bots? And how messed up
Autobot?
is that idea? of,
Roll
like,
out.
being able to put it in your cart automatically.
What is
but
that?
it's there, and you know, I clickbaited on. I clicked on something this week, and it's how to get Yeezys for retail, and it's all about bots.
Yep.
I mean,
Damn.
but, like, how
That's
fucked
not
up is
retail
that?
at all.
That's like steroids, like it's copying on steroids, right?
Yeah, man. But
Doesn't
people on
always mean
steroids
that it
always
doesn't
win.
always work. So,
It doesn't always
No.
work.
no.
No.
Of course, nothing's guaranteed.
No.
If there's like
Guaranteed.
10,000 bots out there and 5,000 pairs of shoes, I'm guaranteeing you 5,000 of those bots will fail.
That's a good mathematical guarantee, Eugene.
I'm just saying.
So
But
here's my question: is there a legit way? Does the legit way of copying sneakers still exist in the sneaker
describe
game?
legit.
You win a raffle.
Yes, we've all
Sign up.
we've all done it.
Mm-hmm.
We've all entered
There's just
raffles and
multiple
legit
ways
won.
now.
But
Okay.
There's lots of.
But
lots of
within the
ways
crowd of
copying.
legit winners, they may be a few.
Fuck boys.
Few or
It takes
hundred few.
suspect.
I don't know. It
ways
takes
of-
two parties to make this fuckboy happen. You know what I mean?
Fuck parents.
You got like the buyer and the seller.
No matter
parents make a
dude,
fuckboy.
no matter what it is though, no matter what it is, whether the variables are like limited supply or
Yeah.
like internet that is
Yeah.
whack.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, dude, like
Internet is whack.
the one standard is that
Decadence
we
is
are
out.
going to get. We're still gonna come back
So-
because we want the shoes.
Internet is out, man.
It's over.
Was that last year? That was last year, right?
That was the
Shit.
zebra. So
This was
February.
And those midnight releases are a kick in the junk too, especially when you're staying up till 12:45 or whatever just to fucking have
Oh,
your...
we're on the West
they're
Coast. I have
not
less to
bad.
complain.
Yeah, less
No, I
to
know.
complain about.
For sure. I loved getting up at 7 a.m. Back in the day when the releases were 10 Eastern.
Well,
all the
Adidas still
time.
does 7 a.m. You should
I
hook
think
it up.
they're okay now because they're releasing it on a Thursday. Before they used to release
What
it
the
on a
fuck? How is
Saturday.
that better?
What's releasing on a Thursday?
Like Thursday midnight releases or Friday
Your trainers
midnight.
came out on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm
He's
sorry.
just
I'm
saying.
on Jordan mode still, where it's like it was.
It's still Saturday,
Saturday
for Jordan.
morning.
Yeah.
Mornings, yeah.
Which is Friday.
But we're talking about
midnight.
like the common, the normie releases.
Normies.
yeah.
Common
I like
Jordan guy.
I like the
Common
normie
guy.
Flyknit trainers better
There you
than
go.
Yay Knits.
But we're talking about like every
Normies.
other release that is not a Yeezy or a Jordan that comes out on a weekday, but they do come out at midnight our time, 3:00 Eastern in the
Yeah.
morning. How do you think that affects? Well, it does affect anything because you sell out anyway.
Seems like they have more people on the East Coast cop it than we do. From some of the posts I see.
Maybe they're
online
just
and stuff.
louder than we are.
Perhaps.
A lot of people in the West Coast, especially in Vancouver,
Don't
they're
say
kind of
shit.
low key coppers. You know what I mean? Like if they get something, they just like shh, they don't talk about it. Yeah, man. Like
It didn't happen. Then.
it's almost embarrassing how many pairs of shoes some people have. Right? They don't really like sharing that kind of information.
Like you?
I've shown you, I just don't talk about it.
Well, let's see exactly. You're proving the point.
Don't ask, don't tell.
That's how I know how this
Yeah.
thing works, right?
That's right.
Actually, now that we talked about the Friday, there's gonna be another Adidas NMD R1 release, the Japan pack Part 2.
Who cares?
It's the All Blacks and the Kokanyas. How do you
With
guys feel
some
about?
Japanese lettering on the side
Who gives a shit?
on the Lego blocks.
So boring.
Now, okay. Kurtz, are you talking
Yeah.
about you don't care because of the terrible release experiences that you've had,
Nope.
or the shoe is just dull?
I
to
think
you?
it's just meh, whatever. It's just another.
Did you like the
NMD
first release of the Japans?
I suppose because there was nothing like that, but then now you're just re-releasing it again. But
I like
even then, that didn't have much to it that was really that interesting.
It's PrimeNet.
Great,
So you're back on
and
the
it's
NMD.
either
you-
it's all white or all black. I'm
you're
like,
talking
who
about
cares?
you're talking to a panel of people that just buy the same retro Jordans over and over, and
I haven't bought the same retro Jordans because they're new for me.
Joe
So
has
I've
2
never
pairs
owned
of
them,
Royals
yeah.
and this and that, and
Yeah,
you know, like we.
but the quality changes. But I'm sure the quality changes on these. But I just don't. I don't see the same. I don't see the relevance.
Here's
of
an
it.
interesting conversation that we can have. Is that I am
Because
I'm-
one, it was
I'm-
like 6 months ago that it came out.
No.
Or a
It was like
year,
a year
ago. Okay, a year.
Well,
Retro Jordans
and
are like
ultra
every 5
exclusive,
years.
was it not?
Yeah,
Harder
sure.
to get.
Okay.
It's hard to get.
So the
Yeah.
cachet's gone within a year.
No, what if this one's ultra exclusive too?
But this one's all like triple white, triple black. So the midsole is black and the original is white.
Oh,
Hey, you
okay.
should tell CRG to get a pair of triple black.
Yeah, common running guy can go
Jeez.
get these.
NMDs are not running
Shit.
shoes.
So does he care? He's wearing an Ultra Boost to run. What does he know?
NMDs are not like.
He wants
Ultra
full
better
boost,
than
man. Here's full boost.
So what makes these so special
Uh,
than the last ones? What are the definitive differences that make it like worth going out?
Monochromatic, and they're all white and all black. That's kind
That's
of
it. That's all it
eye-catching.
is.
It's the
Was
same.
the first one prime knit and the second?
course,
Okay, well
The
that's
makeup should be
understandable.
the same except for the colorway.
Yeah.
The main draw is that the people that never got a first run at it, like now they have a second chance to get.
But it's a
this
different
color as
shoe.
well. It's the R1. It's the same shoe.
No. Isn't this one triple black?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
so it's
So it's a
different.
different shoe.
Oh come on, Jordan 1's a Jordan 1. Even
No,
though
I
it's
think
different color.
weren't the originals like all white with the black plugs for the white version? And then
I don't remember,
the
but
black version was a white midsole.
whatever it is, it wasn't all the same color all the way through.
No,
like
it
this
wasn't.
one will be. Of course, that's gonna.
Wow, what a difference!
Be, see, now you're
Amazing.
doing it again when we all buy Jordan
Amazing.
1s in all different colors, even though they're the same shoe, and you're shitting on it because it's an NMD. I think you're
Well,
just
no, I have NMDs and I have that, but I just don't see why I
The
need.
brouhaha?
I'm just saying I don't need to go out and do it. Like, I wasn't
there's-
saying other people don't need to go.
let's just
go buy
say
them.
it looks
Go-
like
I just don't see how big a big deal out of it.
what I
that's
see
all.
online isn't. The craze isn't what it was the initial release of,
Sure, yeah.
of
I can agree
of
with
the
that.
first pack,
Yep.
but there's still a lot of potential for this thing to gain a lot of attention for Adidas.
Sure.
Because what has Adidas done the last month or so? That's very
Pride Ultra Boost.
the last month or so.
The last month or so.
Nothing.
That's noteworthy.
No.
Because we've been seeing. I know this isn't till September, but we've been seeing fucking off-white Nike news every day on the
man.
blogs and
So
on
excited
the
for
Twitter. You can be excited all you want. We're not getting
Yeah, I
it.
don't think there's like a huge.
There's
like,
nothing. There's no Adidas push lately, right? So,
I mean, there's nothing.
so this
major.
thing is maybe getting some attention back
David
from
Arsheim stuff, but
because Nike's making a lot of news lately. Nothing's come out yet, but like it's still a lot of news coming out from Nike.
And that's interesting you mentioned that because what could you, off the top of your head, what could you look at the last quarter for Adidas? Last 3 months?
EQTs were kicking. Inikis launched.
well, it's all the Pharrell stuff coming up too.
There's a lot.
Tennis.
Right. Okay,
stuff
but
with
let's
the-
talk in terms of mass production here because
Yeah.
Nike just smashed their guidance, meaning their projections for their quarters, and now are trending up again in the stock market because sales are so good.
Is that because of what? Like the new,
Again,
like,
it'll be their
Vapormax and
state what?
the staples, right?
Yeah, it'll be their staple shoes again.
Yeah.
So like they're sustaining whatever's going on, and here we are talking about, there hasn't been much hype, I guess you'd say, and I think it's great. It's people like we talked about how Pharrell's the most underrated employee or influencer under the trefoil.
He's
But
working
his-
the
his
most.
stu- his
right,
stuff is
but now
coming
we're talking about like these human race ones. I'm feeling like it's a Stan-ish type situation now because it's going to come out in a dozen colorways tomorrow for a human race. There were 6 or 8 2 weeks ago for another, and now it's going to hit the market, and maybe he's the new Stan. I don't know,
But
and it's good for the business obviously because it's moving the needle.
I don't know if this is related to the big drop tomorrow, is it, or the day after?
I think it's tomorrow. I think.
But I know Pharrell is working with Stan Smith right now.
Oh yeah, there's that. Yeah,
Is
Tennis.
this
Yeah,
related?
there's tennis, yeah.
no, not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. No,
But
tomorrow.
this is an existing silhouette.
He's got his own like his tennis hue or what?
Yes.
Hues.
human race. Or
That
whatever.
comes out 12 of those pairs
Yes.
tomorrow.
And that's not
Yeah.
related to Stan
And then there's
Smith,
like a
supposedly.
4-color pack with 2 Stans colorized by Pharrell and another Stan inspired tennis hue, I think.
Yeah.
See,
Something to that
I don't know
effect.
about you guys, but Pharrell working with Stan Smith, I think that makes not so much sense, but that's something exciting to me. We have
I
someone
agree.
that's crazy in the moment, contemporary with a top of his game at the time, athlete that revolutionized an entire sneaker industry, arguably.
Let me ask you this though: Will the millennials or these fuckboys realize the gravity of that collaboration?
I guarantee you ask 10 millennial fuckboys who Stan Smith is, they
MFBs?
couldn't even tell you if he's an athlete or just a designer that works for Adidas.
Yeah.
Like I have a feeling like 8 out of 10 of these
Oh no.
They don't know his
Millennial
picture, but they'll
fuckboys.
know that
MFBs,
it's a
please.
shoe silhouette.
Yeah.
they'll know that.
They'll know that Stan Smith is a shoe, but I
Yeah.
They
doubt
won't
they'll
know
know
who
who
he
he
He's
is.
the
right?
he's the
So
new
here-
Chuck Taylor.
Yeah.
Who's Chuck Taylor?
Exactly.
He's the guy that drew Bugs Bunny?
But you haven't answered my question yet, though. Like,
Ooh,
will
holding
this,
him to it.
will these millennials see the grab you say as an OG sneakerhead?
Yeah.
That this is awesome. That this is.
I think it's exciting.
Yeah, I
We're-
agree with you.
We have yet to see the product, the final
Yeah.
product, right?
But will
No, I've
these
seen
kids?
the one- it's just
Pastel
two
stands?
Yeah, if you think it's basically
It's like the superstar treatment.
kind of yeah.
Go on, Pierre.
Which is
Will they
I
appreciate
think all these pictures that Complex and whoever is reposting right now with Pharrell and Stan Smith in the same photo, I think that helps a lot with millennial or
Connecting the
MFBs understand the gravity of the importance of this athlete of that generation.
I think
think that helps.
It's drawing people in that
Yes.
generally are of an older age
Yeah.
that would buy the Stan Smith and like, oh, here's something that my kids relate to for all
Exactly.
musically and everything else, and like now there's
Old
this
fucks like me can relate
So
to
you're
him,
drawing
too.
people in from both
OFBs.
ends. Yeah, you're drawing OFBs and
And the
it's
MFBs together.
Yes.
Pierre, you have a similar instance of something like this happening to you where, you weren't a big collector or a collector of Air Max 1s or OG Air Max 1s at the time. And then eventually that me, Joe, and Kurtz were like talking it up and goes, it's so exciting.
Yeah.
Fucking, this is the right thing to do for Air Max month this year. We did that for a little while. And then you went back and you did your own research. How did you feel about finding out for the first time or news of, like classic silhouettes that's been existing for like 20, 30 years? Like, do you think it's satisfying to be like, oh, I can't believe I missed out on these, but at least I get a chance now? Like, how did you feel about that?
in this collab?
Yeah.
I'm more gravitated to what Pharrell has done. To be
Nice.
honest with you guys,
See, perfect.
but I don't know a lot of Stan Smith. I don't have a pair of Stan Smiths.
That's not.
And the thing is that I've seen what Pharrell has done in both fashion and music,
Yeah.
and it's awesome. Now he's working with a designer of an older silhouette to
Not a
strengthen
designer per se.
whatever
Signature
that
athlete.
is. Yeah, is he an athlete?
Exactly.
Is Stan Smith an athlete?
He
Tennis.
was a tennis
Yes.
player.
That's why I said I was
That's why they're
confused
mixing
with
the
the tennis hue has
tennis
anything to do with the
hue.
Stan
Yeah.
Smith.
I didn't know
Stan
that. I didn't know
Smiths.
that.
Exactly. Now, this conversation becomes relevant again. Who is Stan Smith? Why is he so important? Why is this shoe so popular?
Yeah.
And all these kids that look up to Pharrell will now look into who this Stan Smith person is. Why Pharrell feels it's important enough to honor his silhouette with his treatment.
Okay, Eugene. So, why is there then? And don't judge me for this because I'm being honest. Why is there in the back of my head saying why is there no boost in this?
Has there been a Stan boost yet?
No, I'm just there
Yes.
has been.
Yes.
But I'm just saying like
Full boost.
everybody
yeah,
loves
so
boost and it's the newest technology. Why? How come there's no boost in this?
They did that with the Stan
Because
Stan
it's a-
Smith and the
Stan Smith's been around for what, like 30 years?
superstar.
Longer, you're into 40s. I think it was in the 70s.
Okay,
or the
and there was no
70s.
boost in the like
So
40 years ago.
So what has brainwashed me to think that boost is everything? Because I'm like,
It's just
well,
a new
if-
technology,
yeah, because
right? So they're trying to sell a new technology.
I probably
all.
wouldn't touch this because there's no boost.
Okay.
Okay, so
So
you're
you wouldn't
MFB?
you wouldn't buy any sort of Adidas
Not
outside
yet.
of that?
Not
Yeah.
because I have other lists to fulfill, but
Yeah.
it's cool. But I wouldn't
Are
be
they
like,
related to shoes?
yeah.
Okay.
It's like true boost.
So how-
hoodies still like
How do you
Oh,
feel
yeah.
about the Adidas
That'll never
Heritage
happen.
silhouettes that has no boost? I'm sorry.
I think they're cool. I think they look fly in people's outfits and stuff, but not too intact in the heritage to be like, oh,
Okay.
I love that. Like
Okay.
I never own a pair of Stan
So
Smiths.
they just
What about
missed the mark on you back when
Superstars?
you were
Or-
like,
No superstars?
no superstars.
Pro
no,
model?
No.
No?
Pro models. I had basketball because we had them.
dude, the conversation that we had about the Air Max ones, your whole world can open up if you actually looked at the
Yeah.
superstars and why they're important. You'll find a whole new plethora of like shoes that came out that are important in the not just the sneaker culture, hip hop culture, and fashion, and basically like I don't know, man. Run DMC did a whole song about that shoe.
Yeah.
When like back in the
Cultural
day,
influence.
the importance and influence, like it's arguably that the superstar created a urban sneaker culture. That's arguable. And like the importance of this shoe is so significant that it's something that you could look into and be like, oh, that's why, and then
Yeah.
you'll probably be caught.
And
up
you could
in
say
it as
that
well.
like even like West Coast, East Coast,
Yes.
because it was very much like the Cortez was
Yeah.
very much West Coast.
See, I would
And
I would
Adidas was very
gravitate
much
towards
East
the Cortez
Coast.
first because
But that
I
doesn't
had,
have anything.
Yeah.
No, I had
No
a pair
boost
of
in
Cortez.
Cortez.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's no
Boost.
technology.
No
That
air.
Forrest
They're
Gump
comfy though.
for some reason.
Yeah.
You know, I relate to that because of
Interesting.
Forrest Gump and
Here,
that movie.
But then also it's the tech, that's pushing things forward as well. So like you have the Stan Smith back then. It's not only the cultural influence that it has, but also here's them trying out tech, and then it's
Yeah.
building year after
Well,
year after year, and that's why we are where we are with technologies because they produce this.
to be fair, the Stan
and
Smith
trying to
wasn't
improve
my
it.
generation per se. It
No.
was already a classic by the time I was into sneakers, so I always saw it as like a very, very accessible shoe for anyone to get. It's always on the shelves. Half of them are always on sale.
see, that's another thing
BOGO.
too. That's another thing too. Is that
Bogo.
okay? Gazelles, Stan Smiths, Superstars, Pro Models. I can go to a store and get.
So
them
you don't
some-
want them because you can get them. MFB fucking mentality.
right? No, but here's the thing. It's the truth, though, right? Like
I get the same thing too.
I mean, and then there's Yeezys that are
you
raffle.
only get a single chance to buy. I
and then-
understand.
right? Like, I mean,
You're just
It's the
procrastinating.
it's the wave of hype. It's
Right?
There's going to be a certain percentage of people that are that like Eugene's talking about will get on the knowledge train of figuring out who Stan Smith is and all the heritage stuff, and that'll expand into the heritage models of Adidas, blah blah blah, all that stuff. Then there are people out there that are like, cool, Pharrell's working with this other
Yeah.
guy. You know what? I like what Pharrell did with that color, but I'm going to need something a little more modern, so maybe I'm going to stick with the boost laden tennis heel.
Yeah, man.
yeah.
So I think what Adidas is doing right now, they're absolutely killing it in the marketing department, where they collaborate or cooperate a very modern and very in the moment kind of contemporary influencer with a classic icon of athletics that was involved with the Adidas family back in the day, and getting these two entities together, that can't now both of them will get kind of recognized by the unfamiliar to the fans of the other.
Do you think that people will be lining up,
No.
camping out,
No, Superstars
right?
sat until clearance.
But
right?
people will line up for a collab with a retail store or a fashion store.
I'll tell you what.
Right?
I think it depends on who.
Haven, Reigning Champ,
It
SNS.
depends on how limited it
Yeah.
was. If it's super limited, then yeah, it's gonna be people will go. But
Well,
I don't think that's their intention with this
Like,
marketing campaign.
I think
so.
this is what Joe was getting to a bunch of episodes ago when we're talking about whether or not Kanye is actually moving the needle in terms of relevancy in a sneaker. I think Pharrell does more for these old silhouettes, like the Superstar when he did the pastel pack, or the Stan Smiths coming up. I think he's doing more for those silhouettes than Kanye is for whatever he's trying to do.
because you
that
can move those products easier.
That
to,
pastel
to-
pack was like a fly knit, right? Or was it? I mean, that was a.
No, it's like
No,
a
it's-
Fine knit, right?
full-
Or
No,
was it
it's
just
a
the regular
Superstar
one?
2, all leather
That was
with
nice.
the with
I
the
don't know
with the
why.
shelter.
Sorry, I interrupted
And there
you,
was
like-
like I don't know, like 20 or 50,
There's
50
a
colors or
lot,
something. I think it was
yeah.
50 colors.
And
So
all
it was
came
like
out at the
whole
same
color
time.
wheel of,
Yeah.
like whatever shade you wanted, which was pretty cool. But I mean, again, it's not something where it's limited. It's
No.
more about
And that's
providing option to
Joe, how do you
people
feel
and
about
getting those people
that
to
kind
buy
of
that.
approach where you just mass produce these things and like have at it, kids? If you want it, it's easy to get and it's not even expensive.
I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, that's probably what Kanye had in mind when he did that fucking big talk about.
But don't they do that for
Nah, I don't
Ultra
think
Boost
I
right
don't
now?
think he will ever be.
Guys, don't
about
they do that
mass
for
producing
Ultra Boost right
something.
now? They release a whole bunch of colorways.
Yeah, bitch, they're $250.
Yeah, they're a little more expensive.
Okay, so now we're talking about
Stan
pricing.
Smith
too.
Yeah,
are
price-
sub $100 at times.
Yeah, I think that these ones might be an extra 10 or 20 bucks
Okay,
a pair or
here's-
whatever
here's
it
my
is for this
question.
Pharrell collab.
Here's my next question: Can
You're full of them tonight.
Ultra Boosts
Mm-hmm.
become a heritage shoe?
Ooh.
If a signature athlete fucking wears them to their
There's
grave,
no-
you know
No,
what I mean?
this will be, you know what? This will be Ultra Boost will come back like the Micro Pacer or the Boston or whatever, the LA trainer.
I think
didn't
I
do
think it's
so
got.
hot,
I
though.
think
No,
they
That's
came
what I mean.
back.
No, they're going to come back and like one store is going to get 5 pair and there'll be 8 stores across the entire continent and then that'll be it because it's going to be this. I just don't see
I
this
guarantee
boost
you,
sustaining.
if they were, I think they could. I think they could bring it back. Like if you brought, I'm already looking at. I wish I could get some of the V1s again. Like I missed
Okay.
out on a bunch of them,
But
and I
now-
just can't get them. And I like I like them enough. I think it can be
That's
something
fine.
that can be.
But is that technology,
Re-release.
is the boost sole going to last long enough for you to either pick up a pair?
You were saying that will the boost or whatever
Oh
last
yeah,
long
will
enough?
will the boost hold up to buy a pair that's 5 years old, and then is that going to have enough pull on it? The silhouette and the technology, is that going to have enough pull on it to show up 10, 15 years later?
Well, I don't think you don't have to worry about it lasting because it's just like the Jordans. They just remake it, right?
But that's
They
what I'm asking you.
remake
And I
that.
think that's what Pierre was getting at. A shoe like Ultra Boost,
Pierre,
is that going to
when
fall
you-
into the heritage category where 10 years later? So the Jordan 1 came back 84 after it retroed in 94
Yeah,
after
yeah.
being out
Yeah.
in 85.
Yeah.
So now in
That tech.
2025,
Yeah.
are we going to see this shoe V1 come back? Do you think there's enough pull there?
That kind of
Yes.
fervor.
Yes.
Okay.
Pierre,
I
when
think
you were talking about
because
a
there's so much
heritage
there's
shoe?
so much of this that changed. It had like the prime knit, it had the boost. It kind of revolutionized their lifestyle market, running market. I don't know, and then that really kind of kicked off. I think their consortium.
Plus,
And so I think just those points alone, that model specifically, skip the NMD and all that kind of stuff.
Hey,
but
Pierre, when you
I
were
think
talking
it-
about Ultra Boost as a heritage silhouette, did you mean like when they re-release it 10 years from now, or do you mean like now?
what I mean by heritage from the talks that we've had is someone that people gravitate to because, oh man, I remember that shoe when I was in high school.
Okay, now I know
And
what
then
you're
they
saying.
release it, and it's both
So-
emotional, it's both heritage, it's traditional, stuff like that. Because from what you guys said about Stan Smiths, Superstars, Gazelles, whatever, they started off back in the day. They'll release a bunch of colorways. Price point was good, so people could cop it easily,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then that's what maintains the market. But isn't that what Adidas is doing right
So,
now?
Joe, how we felt about the OG Air Max 1s a couple months ago, will kids nowadays in 10 years, so they'll be 25, 30 by then, will they go as crazy as we did for the OG ones
haven't
as they will for the V1 OG Ultra Boost?
Well, you've got one guy who'll go bananas for the V1 Ultra Boost,
Like the purple
But
ones.
the thing that Pierre hit on
Some of the
is
grays,
price
some of
point, and the reason why I think that's going to be tricky, where it's not going to have the broad sales scope like a Stan or anything that else is deemed a heritage, according to Pierre, in my opinion, because like I use the analogy of one boutique's going to get 5, 6, 8, 10 pairs, maybe a size run, and then there's only going to be 4 of these or 8 of these stores across the continent, because at that price point, you're now inflate that for 15 years, you're going to be at $300 or $400 for that shoe. And the reason I don't think that's too outlandish is because a shoe like, our boy D Lim from High Soul Cartel has the LA Trainer with the removable the suspension
Mastermind
pegs
pegs.
in the back there.
Yeah.
That shoe, when that came out
was
re-released, was
state-of-the-art.
like no. When they re-released it, it was $300.
Yeah. Didn't you get a nice wooden case with it though? Was that something else?
It might have been a different collaboration,
Okay.
but to get the stock shoe, it's $300 for a
Right.
shoe that came out in 1980 or whatever
Yeah.
that was. So to think that someone's going to come out of pocket, are you coming out of pocket $400 or $500, 15, 20 years
I don't
down the
think
road?
they'll
for that?
ever sell for that. I think they would retail for pretty close to the same price.
It has to go up with inflation.
Yeah.
But it
Well,
sounds
how
like
much did the Jordan go up in the last 5 years?
A lot.
Inflation.
What?
I think they were
Like
150.
10
no, I think they
10
were
bucks?
$115. No, they're up like 45 in the last
Not in the last 5 years.
10 years.
Maybe 10 or 15. Definitely not in the last 5.
In the last
5, you're like
Jordan
10
ones don't
bucks.
have the technology of Boost.
Yeah.
Jordan 1 used to cost me $180 when the New Yorks came out. Now Jordan 1's $225 or $250.
guys.
something
So
like that.
one thing to sorry to interrupt, but you guys are naming technology. You guys are naming performance, price points.
You're talking about
Everything is all
nostalgia.
good. That, but then at the end of the day, dude, they're capitalizing on a whole broader spectrum of people. Whether it's runners like my fuck boyfriend, or
Your
or,
fuck boyfriend? Ooh.
or just kids who want to get boost. Like you're still tapping into that whole niche where like they're creating emotions from these guys.
How are they doing that though?
But
How is Adidas marketing their Ultra Boost so that MFBs will be like, I'm so emotionally attached
There's
to the
only
shoe.
one shoe, and just like it is with the trainers, there's only one shoe in an Ultra Boost, other than the collabs. that even has one emotional, and it's that first core white that unnamed hip hop artist wore.
Oh, you
for
mean
a
the
halftime
energy
shoes.
boost?
I'm just saying, there's only one colorway. There's only one
No,
real
the black
emotion.
one.
But are
The
they so
all black with
emotionally
the,
attached to that
purple heel cup.
performance?
He wore that,
He wore that one, and that's
but okay.
out. Yeah, but I'm not saying that's the only reason why. I'm
Okay,
just saying
Okay, so
like-
two
for
colorways out of
technology.
40 right now that have any emotional attachment.
So,
No, I think there's other colors.
Joe and Kurtz,
Yeah.
why do you guys love Jordan's shoes so much?
because I couldn't get him as a kid.
And what drew
Yeah.
your attention to that particular shoe?
Because of an athlete.
Was it because of
It
Mike?
was
Because
because
of
of
Jordan.
Michael
Yeah.
originally.
But you have the
Why-
same template right now.
Now I want to know why
No, no, no,
people
no.
want these Ultra Boosts. Why?
Because they couldn't get it, and because
No, it's a
why did-
comfortable shoe now.
But why did they want it initially? If you've never owned a pair of Ultra Boosts before,
Comfort.
hard to get.
that's crazy because they weren't hard to get.
Yeah.
Now they are.
No.
Now
they're
people
easier. They're easier to get than
No,
ever.
no, the V1s. We're
It's-
talking about the
it's
V1s.
just
the
only
V1s,
V1s,
right?
yeah.
No, I'm
Oh,
talking about
yeah, and
at the
see
time.
that-
At the
right,
time,
and
why
this-
did people want these Ultra Boosts so bad? Why?
Because they were hard to get.
Hard to get, and there was collaborations that were happening that were like super limited.
Yes.
Like
yeah.
that's the main difference I want to draw. Is like I don't understand why there's an emotional attachment to this shoe. Like I am emotionally attached to Michael Jordan playing basketball in certain shoes, and I want those shoes so I can be like him.
You can't be emotionally attached to Kanye rocking this in a Pablo tour.
Maybe it's just me, but no, I can't.
Okay,
Because-
but you are not what this,
I'm not an I'm
you're
not,
not
the
this day and
MFB
age.
fucking generation.
Eugene.
I'm
You're not
Yeah.
you. What your
Yeah.
culture is.
Yeah.
For
For
sorry
the
to be
average
blunt,
person, isn't-
but it's
isn't
out the door,
same.
buddy.
I understand. Like
Yeah, dude.
I understand that
Michael
my
Jordan's retired.
I understand.
Okay,
I-
Kanye.
no. I
Hold
agree
on,
with
hold on.
you. Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
talk. Kanye is what rules the
Okay.
airwaves nowadays.
I understand.
Sure, but okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Valid.
Whatever you guys are
Yeah.
holding
Okay.
on to,
Yeah.
No. It's not just us.
me too. No, but I'm just saying.
No. It's sales. If you want to look, Jordan did $4 billion last year. Jordan alone
had a
did
lot of fucking
$4
shoes
But that doesn't,
billion
but that
dollars
doesn't
last year.
deal. We're talking about emotion, right?
Yeah. Let's just put away the money thing aside.
But there are enough of us. I know. I get what you're saying, that the athlete mentality is out the window. That the
Yeah.
artist is now king of the hill, but the king of the hill's not moving.
Yeah.
Isn't making the money still. It's still the athlete,
But it
and
can
it's
still
Mike.
it can still build memories according to your template. Hard
Right.
to get. You said that. Oh, I couldn't get these when I was a kid. Oh, dude, I couldn't get these because everyone was raffling for them.
And that's where I'm saying.
Okay,
that
now
that,
you're
that
talking
those
about.
al-
Oh, sorry.
That's where I'm saying that those Ultra Boosts, those two colorways that Kurtz is mentioning, those are going to be the only ones of the V1s that have any type of emotional attachment. The rest of them, and again, we were in such a bubble there for a while because we weren't getting the colorways. Pictures were showing up down in the States and
I agree
Europe
with you.
of an entire wall like here at Stay Fresh where all of the available Ultra Boost colorways at the time were available in full size runs.
Yeah.
So to
I think people were starting to realize like how, good of a shoe it was at that time.
No,
comfort,
and not the problem-
comfort and
me
stuff
getting
like
the
that.
Parleys,
Not the-
comfort.
Yeah.
I can't ignore it.
Yeah.
I'm not
Now
buying
you have
any of
cause,
these other
right?
colorways.
That's
And
cause, right?
then sure, like the cultural influence that it actually has, like it just, I don't know. I just think it's one of those shoes that
Yeah.
could potentially be,
An iconic heritage shoe.
I think so.
Okay.
Like it's
And,
it has the potential.
we
for
we
it,
can't
right?
tell the future, so
Right.
I can't read the minds of MFB generation. But I think the main issue with how the V1s didn't take off like people thought it should have, I think a lot of the quote unquote problem is that they were available sometimes exclusively at running stores, and because they were marketed as a running shoe, people don't wear running shoes to
Kinda
to
scared.
look cool and shit.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem until they were more widely available from at like Adidas stores and the bigger chain stores and boutique stores. That's when people
Boutique
actually
black
started paying
stores.
boutique black store. They started getting more and more attention from that demographic of money spenders.
Whoever made that idea is like, you know what? This is sitting in like running stores right now. Let's team up with someone
Yeah.
and make it limited and let's see how it goes because
Yeah.
that blew up everything.
See your
The-
example
the
of
influencer side of things have changed over the last 10 years.
your
right?
example of
It's-
why like the kids are emotionally attached to the Ultra Boost or whatever silhouette ND or whatever. You're talking about they're limited and this and that. And like now you're talking about they are emotionally attached to hype. And people
it's
of my
marketing.
generation
It's just a different marketing.
is emotionally attached to an athlete in their prime. I'm not saying one is more
Yeah.
right than the other.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
It's
that's
just
how
different.
the two different
It's just-
generations.
It's just finding another avenue to
But like,
get people to buy
the
your
hype
product,
thing
right?
is intangible to me.
No, but there's still
Who
be-
makes more
in,
money,
in
right?
defense of
Yeah,
that. there'll still
irrelevant. We're
there's-
talking about
there will
emotion.
still be
Okay.
people out there. For me, I missed out on these
Yeah.
because people were all over them.
Yeah.
The trainers,
Mm-hmm.
because people were all over them for an unnamed hip hop artist that might have worn them.
For the Jordan stuff, the reason that Jordans will always be king and they'll always be in the billions, I find, is because they were a status symbol. Jordans were always around as a kid. It was just nobody had the paper to buy them, right? So now
It's
like,
the Ultra Boost. It's got the exact same status right now.
He's by far the first and foremost iconic athlete of all time.
Yeah.
Like there's
That can
no
move
one
products.
that there is no one and yeah, to tie a product to somebody like
There's
sure,
two
there
kinds
was,
of
there
athletes.
was other, but
like
there
one that
was
will win you
no-
championships and one that can move products. He's both.
Well, in like you touched on this before, where it was the way that he played changed how every
Yes.
other player saw the game and how
Yep.
they had to play the game,
Can-
and his influence and just
Can you, say
with a
that?
shoe
Can
and-
you say that with Kanye though? In a
How
different
he
type-
raps.
No, how he changed the fashion game. How's he changed
But
the rap
here we
game?
go again. Here we go again.
Crisscrossed it better.
It's not that
The only thing
I
that
mean,
moves are
it's-
the 350s and 750s. 950s don't move. His entire clothing line goes straight to markdown.
Yeah, I
So
know.
what exactly
No,
is he
let's not
doing?
Yo,
push it
guys,
that
we're
extreme.
gonna, we're gonna go back in here to the whole things that we've been talking about. But here's the thing: there's also the Kanye effect, where like if you can't get a pair of Yeezys, you'll open yourself up to other lines within that brand. Whether it's EQTs, whether it's Gazelles, whether it's Superstars.
Yeah.
It's not quantifiable, but it's undeniable.
And that's how I felt about the comment earlier. Is like if you could get everything that you ever wanted, it doesn't force you to try the things right now.
Yeah.
When you're limited to like I can't get these certain things, you're almost willing to go. Well, you know what? I might try this shoe.
But then you can't give
and-
Kanye that
yeah.
credit. Pharrell is the one who deserves that because Pharrell's the one who's pimping out the heritage
But
models.
who's the loudest, Joe, right now? Who's the loudest? Who's
LeVar Ball.
exactly.
and we
Damn
listen and we
straight.
talk. Like
He's-
I
not
can't.
all-
I
it's the
don't.
most
I don't know
ridiculous
if it's my social media interactions or where my focus is on social media.
could be just you, Joe.
I don't get how people are ignoring. Pharrell has more influence than Kanye does. That's undeniable.
Kanye sells his own shoes and that's it. He's a self-promoter. Pharrell is an Adidas ambassador. Do you get the difference? That
I do.
Okay,
And that's why I'm
I'd
staunch
really be
that Kanye
interested to
doesn't.
see-
What was the term that they used on Sneaker Talk or the Sneaker Roundtable on StockX with Josh Luber? They were talking the drafting effect. I think is what the guy from ESPN may have said. I might be wrong on who said that, but it was on their
And
latest video.
explain this?
Is the marquee silhouette or the marquee athlete entertainer draws people in? You can't get it, so you get the other things that are in line that are drafting behind.
Yeah.
Kanye's not doing that. Pharrell's doing that for Adidas.
Okay.
I'd
So
be interested to see like if we just walked outside and like we chatted with people
Or took photos
and
of
just-
people out in the street who are wearing Stans or Superstars. If
No. I meant just asking people like straight up, like who do you think influences? I'm not trying to say one or the other. I would be actually interested to how many people would say Pharrell, you know, and
Yeah.
how many people say Kanye or fucking
'Cause,
Kylie Jenner or
guys-
whoever it is. We're not in touch with those people, right? And I would be curious to know what that demographic thinks. You know, if somewhere from high school up to like mid 20s.
yeah.
You know, like who is your influence when it comes
I
to
wanna
buying
say that-
something? Like who do you know?
I want to say that I kind of have a pulse in that because I make an effort to talk to people and
Coaching and
see
stuff
their
like that.
conversations.
Yeah.
Right. And the thing is that it's all driven by hype. Honestly.
I
Pop culture?
I agree. Yeah.
Is it pop culture that drives
Hype.
a lot of it too?
well, and
What's
that's
going on and
Here's
what's
the thing:
happening?
is
like,
Pharrell has newer songs on the radio right now,
yeah,
Yeah.
and Kanye hasn't put a song in how long?
yeah.
But he has more credibility in the music game for some weird reason. A lot
Probably
of
of history,
Credibility
right?
is
Because he had made
probably
great albums
not
in the
the-
past.
Most
credibility,
accurate
whether
word.
it's bad or good. Credibility, whether
call it
it's
publicity.
published. Thank you.
Yes.
There
Yes.
you go. Right,
because he's the loudest doesn't mean he's the rightest.
Yeah.
dude. Donald Trump just got in. He's the president because he's the loudest.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's a good.
I'm not.
Let-
yeah,
but
I know.
if you're looking at
That's a good analogy.
credits given to musicians, I bet Pharrell's name pops up a lot more than Kanye because he doesn't just perform; he writes, he produces.
Yeah.
Like you'd be surprised how many Pharrell songs that he's not even in.
I want to
that
say
you're
Kanye
listening
does
to,
that
right?
too, but then I might get shot.
Yeah, I don't think Kanye
Well, and I think to wrap up what you were saying, that hype is the mover, is that now that emotional connection that we have to Mike from back in the day, now kids are going to say, you know, you remember how crazy it was when the Core Whites came out and they sold out in 90 seconds on a website, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You know, someone will pick up a pair of Core White V1s
Yeah.
because of that. I don't
There'll
disagree
be conversations
with that.
around when they tried to cop something
Yes.
like
Yeah,
that.
of
Right?
course.
Just
In
like when we
10 or
tried to.
15 years,
Yeah.
there's going to be 4 kids exactly like us in the same age talking about boosts.
Oh, back in the day when you can just go into a store.
Well, we already
and
saw
buy
like how
Boosts.
Vapor Max came out, right? Like it was, full zoom, the Air Max 1 with the, and it changed over time. All of a sudden,
So let's
holy
just-
shit! Now we got this full airbag, the tech that changed.
Let's just
Getting
wrap
to talk
this
about that.
fucking emotional attachment to a shoe for whatever
There, I
reason.
got cut off again from Eugene.
No,
time.
I'm just saying, like, we're
Every time, Eugene. Every time.
During
almost
For
all the
everyone
time.
who wants to, for
Pretty much most
Jason
of
to
the
get
time.
cut off, keep holler at him.
retweet or
During-
like this comment if I get cut off too much.
during the edit, I'm gonna cut that even shorter.
You do what you need to do. I'll just keep throwing it in randomly.
What was I gonna?
This editing is going to be really hard for Eugene. So I'm just going to be
What was I gonna say?
no idea.
It is.
Yeah, I
we're
know,
gonna
you're
wrap it
just
up.
cutting
so that we
something
can go to
short.
the game. You were playing your game. Relax.
Huh?
We're playing your game.
I'm quiet.
Okay. So let's just wrap it up right before I cut off Kurt's thing. In like 10 or 15 years, do you think the kids will be talking about Ultra Boost like we are talking about Air Max and Jordans?
Yes.
Yeah? How about you, Jason?
I won't say to the same degree,
Yeah.
but I think it'll be in conversation.
Okay.
It'll be a relevant
Yeah.
thing to bring up. I don't think it'll be to the same status
Okay.
as the Jordan.
I agree with
Nothing
you.
will ever be to the
This
same
might
status.
surprise you, but I think I'm on Pierre's side on this.
Yeah.
I
Finally.
think the current
Finally.
the current currency of the Ultra Boost is so impactful right now that it's basically you read about it every fucking day, and the day of social media and easy access news and whatnot, you get to hear a lot about this. And there's a lot of kids that are as passionate about the Ultra Boost as we were about Air Maxes back in the
Dude,
day. So when they grow up, it'll be like the Transformer effect. Like we like Transformers when we were kids, so now they're making billions.
Fresh
of
my
dollars
memory.
making these
NMD
shitty
is
movies.
more or less expensive than an Ultra
Less.
Boost.
Less.
Okay,
A lot
so
less.
yeah, so that's a reason I believe why that one is the NMD sits a little higher in Adidas's top seller list than the Ultra Boost. So
Like
that's
legit, just dollar and cents. That's
yeah.
why.
It's
Okay,
like-
I think so.
It's like getting into the boost life by like
Exactly.
yeah.
For a little less money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Boost
it's all-
life.
it's
Okay.
Just a different.
A little
Boost
less.
is Boost. But you got to remember,
Right.
in 10, 15 years, Boost will be old news, and there'll be
that's what I
technology
mean.
far better. By
Okay.
then.
Well, there's
Yeah, we're-
already the 4D, right? The Futurecraft stuff.
That's
right?
so
3D
expensive.
printed,
Those are
3D
so nice,
printed
though.
souls, right?
They're
It's
all
gonna
prototypes.
be
They're theoretically all prototypes right now. Even the ones that are made for
the athletes
Yeah.
and stuff like that. That they
those are all
made.
prototypes.
Yeah.
They're all like made, printed one by one. But anyways, yeah, let's just wrap that up.
That was a good combo though.
Yeah,
Shit,
they came
that
in.
went out of
I
nowhere.
said two things like NMD Japan,
And then
That-
you cut Jason off.
what?
Don't buy them.
What? Anyways, I love Ultra Boost,
Eugene's
and they're
the best.
great. Okay, right before we get to our next segment, a brand new segment, I like to announce one or two things. First is that we've been invited back to Soul Exchange Canada's Ultimate Sneaker Show.
Woo!
Pew,
So,
pew, pew.
Nice.
Nice.
September 23rd, we will be there recording another live podcast, hopefully, if we can get our shit together. And we'll be checking out the scene, and maybe I'll take more photos and videos of this event, depending on how the situation is and how busy and how exhausted I am by then. But hopefully we will produce some good content for
Dude,
everybody.
we're veterans now though, so now we
yeah,
know what's up.
we got
right?
one under the belt. So we're not virgies anymore.
Versions.
Yeah, for ticket information, I'll put the link in sneakerphiles.com and on the YouTube thing, and I'll tweet it once in a while, and it'll be on Instagram. So look out for that. Vancouver, September 23rd, I believe.
Excited.
Ultimate Sneaker Show, Soul Exchange Canada. Thank you very much for inviting us back. And the second thing
Grazie.
I like to introduce to the entire podcast media platform is that remember Brooke?
Rookidoo.
Brookie
Yep.
Doo.
Brookie-doo.
We had her on the last episode of the podcast, I believe. Yeah, it was the last one. And I think that she is such a well-spoken, knowledgeable sneaker. She's the newer generation of collectors where she's into everything hip and hype and also classics. So she has a good repertoire of taste. And I thought that her knowledge and her experience and the way that she presents herself with her blog and her photos and everything is a very good fit, especially being a lady sneakerhead, something that we will never be able to accommodate for that market or that demographic. I have invited her to be in her own live YouTube show. It's going to be called Sneakerphiles Live, and as of right now, we are scheduled every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, so 5:30 our time. It's on our YouTube channel, Sneakerphiles Podcast on YouTube, and basically it's a live, quote-unquote, talk show, so to speak, of everything about sneakers, everything that's on her mind, shit that's happened in her week, and relevant shit that's come up in news and releases and whatnot. And I will be kind of her Andy Richter of this whole thing. But you know what I mean, right?
So how is it
more
going
like
to be?
Jose.
How will it be broadcast in what format? Is it a chat or is there
There-
other people that can we join in at any
Yeah,
time? Like what's can you describe the format a little bit?
It'll be her doing most of the talking, and she will relay questions to me, and I'll reply, and I will set her up for certain segments and this and that. So she'll be doing 80-90% of the work. All I'm doing is tapping buttons and producing the show. And during this whole thing, since it's live, we're taking advantage of that format, and we will interact with the audience and via the YouTube chat.
Sick.
So anytime you want to say anything, suggest a topic, or have a question for us, you just hit up the chat, and then we will get to that as quickly as possible. And eventually, hopefully, if this thing starts, getting more and more regular and more comfortable for the both of us, then we can start inviting guests onto the show. And
snap.
obviously, you guys are welcome to.
Crossovers, dude. Remember when She-Ra would go to He-Man and that would be dope.
I heard sometimes ankles get broken on crossovers.
Oh,
Whoa!
remember when Nala was in?
Nala is a fucking princess.
Now,
Yeah.
no, she's a queen.
In your
I'm sorry, she
mind.
skipped a step.
Just kidding.
But yeah, every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on the Sneakerphiles Podcast YouTube channel. Check out Sneakerphiles Live with Brookie Doo.
Welcome, Brooke.
Sweet.
Nice.
So Brooke is officially in the Sneakerphiles Podcast family.
We have two girls in the family now.
Hey, who's the other one?
Oh, nothing.
You wish. You wish.
Just kidding.
So the next segment, I would like Jason to set it up for us.
Whoa! What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? So I think what's the plan with this? We're gonna do a little quick banter with this. We're gonna pick a couple of topics, and then we're gonna each kind of go through the panel and figure out
Hot takes.
hot takes. Is that what it's called?
What's the
No.
segment?
Sorry, I'm not sorry.
Sorry for the interruption.
Sorry for the interruption.
Canadian version is sorry to interrupt.
So yeah, so I think we'll just go through
STI?
STI. Yes. This is the STI segment.
That's pretty good. I knew you were gonna
Join us for an STI on Sneakerphiles.
Sneakerphiles STI is now live.
Oh man, it's everywhere.
So the
Get infected.
Hey Jason, you want to explain the rules of how this segment's gonna work?
I don't really know what the rules are going to be.
Oh, yeah, I'll
we're
just
gonna
put it
we're
this
gonna
way.
we're gonna go. I don't know. Fuck. We'll
your
make it up.
There's
as
a
we
question.
Okay. There
Go.
are
We made
There's
it
a
up like
time.
we made it up like 20 minutes ago. So we're gonna see how.
as of
how
right
we
now
bring
there
it.
are 6 open-ended questions.
Correct.
Up for discussion.
Yep.
And to move it along, because you know how we like to
We-
move things along.
Yeah.
we
Slow
have
and
limited
steady.
we have limited each topic, question, discussion topic to only 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Hard 3
Okay.
minutes. We have a timekeeper
Colin's
in the
on it.
house.
And we got the bully bell over there.
So,
So in case
when you
anyone
hear
feels
this
uncomfortable.
sound, the round is over. No more
You
speaking.
get to finish
No more
your sentence.
Okay.
And
So
that's it.
are we gonna do like a free for all where everyone's talking at the same time?
Yeah.
Right
Yes.
after you
It
present,
is a free for all.
right after you
No,
present the
snake
topic,
it. Snake it.
we'll take turns snaking.
Each
Yeah,
one gets
well-
I don't
3
want to be
minutes.
snaked by anybody.
Or just each
What?
topic is 3 minutes. Each
Yes.
one gets
Yeah.
3 minutes.
No, each
No, each
topic is
topic.
3
Topic,
minutes.
3
Free for all.
minutes.
Royal Rumble
for
style.
3 minutes.
And it's just
Okay.
a hot take.
And the
opinion.
time
Get-
starts right after he finishes.
Can I say you're bullshit?
You could say it before I read the
Yeah,
question,
exactly.
like you did,
Sorry, dude,
or
sorry.
you can wait till after
You're
I read the question. It's really
wrong.
up to you. You're wrong. Yeah, so let's
Sneakerphiles Live or
the
Sneakerphiles STI.
Sneakerphiles.
No MFBs on this STI.
Sneakerphiles presents STI. So the first question, or whatever, is what shoe models are not to be fucked with?
So you're talking about a sneaker that has got so much attention and
silhouette.
iconic silhouettes that it only looks right in its natural habitat. So
Correct.
I think that the sneaker that has gotten lots and lots of history behind it only has so much room to move around before it's not recognizable or not appreciated anymore. You can fuck around with it a little bit, and I think that only very select few you shouldn't fuck around with. And one more point. I think certain shoes that are so iconic, the most interesting aspects of those are like collabs and stuff. Look at the Air Force Ones; they are kind of dull.
So what shoe are you gonna pick a shoe?
Yeah, I know, dude.
Or are you just
You're not
gonna
explaining
talk?
it.
I
Pick a shoe.
there are no shoes that are unfuckable with.
You heard it first. There's no shoes that are unfuckable.
All shoes are fuck shoes.
All fuckboy shoes. Fuck shoes.
Every shoe can be altered to a degree. How about you guys?
Okay, well, thanks for playing that Swiss
Now leave.
neutral.
Yeah, exactly.
Point.
Leave
What do
the
you think,
leave
Joe?
the one alone. Leave the Air Jordan 1 alone. Go download, go Google the original 1984 Nike catalog of what was coming out and just leave those alone. End of story.
And never ever try anything with those?
No,
you-
leave
so
it to the
now-
customizers. The customizers like Shoe Surgeon,
Yeah.
Jack the Ripper. Who else
Astan.
am I missing here?
Nobody.
Yeah. Kurtz.
But I okay.
Leave
All right.
those guys to deconstruct it. Don't just chop the shoe up, in my opinion, like the shoe that's supposed to be
Or
coming
color
out
swap
here.
it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
in something that's not quite white. Just leave it alone. I don't get
But
it.
what if it creates something new and interesting for people
but
that
we
are
know it's
new?
not new.
Well, it is new.
No,
No,
it's
it's
different.
not. It's different.
So
not
are you
new, it's
saying
just
that
different.
there are silhouettes that cannot be messed with?
And for me, it's the one. I'm
Okay.
going to say it's
So
the one.
there's at least that one silhouette.
Yeah.
Okay, how about you, Pierre? Quick.
1,
Nola.
3, 6, and 9.
I don't know,
Are
man.
those lotto numbers?
Is that
or
the
are
pin
those
number
the-
to your bank
No,
card?
those
Wait, are you saying you're not a fan of the DB6?
no colorways are fine, but like putting Flyknit on a 1.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
Jason,
that's
that's
what-
is
opinion.
that
That's interesting, yeah.
is that part of it? That
That's
I
what
think it's
messes
anything.
with the
It's,
shoe is.
Color
it's
swap.
messing with an original
Yeah.
iconic. So yeah. So the point case, the Jordan that has got the Flyknit that's being put
The,
on
the
it.
metallic 5s,
So-
white cements are dope to me.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys feel about that, but those are dope to me, and I wouldn't like.
I think
that.
that's messing with it, though.
That's a colorway, right?
Okay,
What-
the
which
material,
one is?
the material,
But it's not in my
Honest.
1, 3, 6, and 9.
But the materials on the Jordan 6 is the DB6 is totally different than the leather OGs. That's messing with it, no?
Cold shoulder.
But then it's for a good cause.
Ooh, he played that card.
Ooh,
That
that's
actually-
Joe's favorite line.
Yeah.
As long as it's
Hey!
for a good cause.
Oh, did I just kill
That
it?
was a
Did
long
I just
mic
drop
drop.
it? Did I just mic drop
Shit,
that?
that was a long 3 minutes.
All right, that open-ended. We're not going to draw a conclusion from that. Next topic.
Okay, so
You're bullshit.
influencers, good or bad for the sneaker culture? Let's start on this end with Pierre, since you mic dropped a few seconds ago.
Yeah, I think sneaker.
Pardon me?
Sneagle,
I think sneaker influencers
my precious.
are good for the community. Are good for the sneakerhead for the sneaker community. Fuck, dude. Are good for the sneaker community because there's times where I need to know about what a shoe feels or what the materials are like, and I would go to the first or the most viewed video and I'll look at that. Then I'll look at the personality and man, this guy's cool and I'll follow.
Mm-hmm.
But then I don't like when people profit from the game.
Okay,
And
Why
there are
not?
people
Why
like
do
that.
you Why do you think that's a bad thing?
they should do it for free for the love.
No, because then they're
good cause.
influencing can be
Skewed.
yes.
Yeah.
But what if
Bias?
what if they're staying true to themselves? What if they have always, like, I can see that being a problem if they've deviated over time and completely changed their personal views because you've seen enough of their videos to know.
Yeah.
But what if they stayed completely true to everything that they, like, let's say if Joe was doing influencing, I don't think he
Absolutely.
would ever change.
Yeah.
So,
If that's the case, as long as you can recognize that and it aligns with your beliefs, I guess,
Yeah.
right? Because you have a choice to like or unlike or follow or unsubscribe, right?
Yeah.
And if it relates to you, then go ahead.
all right.
I'm done.
Joe, I don't even think you're going to talk about influencers.
Yes.
Might as well just
I think
go
if-
Good for business, bad for me. That's basically
You
don't-
how it
You don't
works
like
out.
influencers?
Do I like influencers?
Yeah.
Well, is it good or bad for the culture?
Are you talking about
I
like
just
normie
said
influencers
good
or
for
like
business,
celebrities?
bad for me.
How is it bad for you?
Because
What do you mean by
these
that?
hyped releases. I can blame an influencer on social media who probably caused me to not get Atmos Air Max ones or Royals, and probably caused you guys to miss out on the unnamed hip hop artist trainers.
Did he really cause you not to get it? Or is your shitty internet?
No,
he got those.
I'm kidding.
Gaynets.
unnamed hip hop artist trainers.
But at the same time, okay, what if I presented this idea to you, that you being on this podcast and thousands of people listening, you have created a demand higher than before of a certain silhouette that you wanted. Now you fucked yourself.
What?
That's true.
It's true, yeah,
That's
because we're
true.
talking about how much we want to
Yeah.
buy something.
What if tomorrow,
we're
like,
influencing other people to do it the same?
We
And
talked
I
about-
think I go back to the first point. Good for business, bad for me.
Even if it's your own business.
It's rule of law of sneaks, and Sneakle always obeys.
I think
my precious.
influencers is like the kind of, necessary evil. You do need to be, part of the culture and absorb all the info and all the things that surrounds that culture.
Yeah.
Just so that you're in the loop. But at the same time, like, you may be inceptioned in wanting a shoe that you might not to begin with. You know
True.
what I mean?
Yeah. Man, these guys get free.
No
Nope.
mic drop for you. Take the mic back.
Mike Pickett.
Damn
All
it.
right.
Pick up the mic.
Next topic.
The next topic. Who are Nike's best collaborators and why? Collaborators could be anything from like artists to other sneaker shops to fucking whatever.
Joe can
whatever.
kick
Yeah.
the
And if you need examples
Sure,
to
'cause
kind of
I'll
kick
be-
us off, then we can do that too. But
No,
go ahead. Kick
Nike's
it.
best collaborators are always its athletes. Next.
Wow. Okay, that was one I wasn't thinking of.
Explain yourself, dude.
All right, Pierre. How much Kanye dick are you gonna suck
I
in this
know,
round?
Whoa, unnamed hip hop artist.
I don't know a lot about Nike's collaborations with like people. I just know that,
It
like you
doesn't
said,
have
it's
to be
athletes
people, though.
or-
That's what I'm saying. So we have an example in the
could be
case over
entity
there.
itself.
It could be.
yeah, like I used to love Kid Robot. They collab with them.
There you
yeah,
go.
you know,
Sick kids at the Dornbecker Children's Hospital.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know Nala from Lion King.
Okay.
They
Oh,
share
right.
because she's a princess and all
Two
that stuff.
major ones that you haven't thought of.
Supreme is the one that
There's
I came
one.
into, which I love. I like that shoe. That's it.
Why are
know a lot, dude.
Why are they the best? If that's what you're gonna choose, why would you choose?
Because
Supreme?
it garnered attention to people that don't
Hype.
know a lot about Nike.
Hype.
Okay,
It's go ahead.
Okay, sorry. I'm just gonna throw this out there just because not this that means a lot to me, but this kind of movement means a lot to me. But like at the time,
Oh shit, he's gonna cry, dude.
at the time, I think
Tissues.
one of the best Nike branded items or line out there was the Livestrong brand. Had a great cause to it, and proceeds went to a very, very well. In fact, they continued with that line even after they dropped the fucking athlete and whatnot. And I think movement like that's a collaboration. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
and this is great because these weren't my initial thoughts when
Okay.
I was doing it. It was just
Do you think it's a collaboration or
Yeah,
just like
I
a
do, but
in-house line?
I do, but I think the collaboration is still very strongly attached to the
Athlete?
individual, the unnamed cycling artist.
Mr. Monoball.
yeah.
But at the same time, like that's a great way to bring awareness and proceeds to a organization that could use it. I'm talking about collaborations like this can draw a positive outcome, not just fucking hype and money.
Yep.
That goes into fucking stockholders'
Yeah,
pockets.
that's true. I never even thought about that.
No, and it's interesting because
And Dornbeckers, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dornbecker. That
I-
was the only one that I put on here that I thought of, but then it was like Atmos would be the
Yes.
other one that was.
And it
probably
draws
the most-
awareness to certain brands that deserve it,
Yeah.
such as an Atmos.
and isn't North American, right? So
Yeah.
it's also drawing attention to other
Does
places
Black
in the
History
world.
Month collabs give to anything in the Black History community?
That
the
I am not
N7
following.
collection does. I don't think
The
the Black
N7, yeah.
Black History
N7
Month,
does.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
But like stuff like that draws not just money and whatnot, but draws attention to certain brands that could use it too, right? Like,
Stop.
all right. Next topic.
Next topic: which is better, athletic or non-athletic influencers? I mean, before we start talking about this, anyway. Go ahead.
Why don't you kick it off, Jason?
Me, I don't know. I mean, we kind of touched on this whole influencing thing a minute ago. So, You know, I mean, Joe's probably going to say that athletic influence is certainly
What
bigger.
if Kanye
I mean,
played
Jordan,
basketball?
Jordan was, yeah.
He'd be the LeVar Ball of.
What if Kanye is the rapper he is now, but he also bald like fucking Russ Westbrook? Wow.
There's somebody out there. Montel Jordan was one of the
I
earliest guys.
thought you were
who
gonna
has
say
it.
Shaq.
Oh God, Diesel. No, I mean there have been some. I mean, like 2 Chainz played college hoops, or I think.
Right.
So I mean, there are
But
guys
when you
out
say
there
2
who can.
Chainz, you don't think fucking breaking backboards.
True.
No, just breaking necks.
So, Joe, I think you're
Yeah.
pretty solid on your foundation of this
Yes,
argument.
I mean,
how
it's
about you, Jason? Which is more important to you in dollars and cents, anyway?
In dollar and cents, I mean, well, the core of it is athletes.
Okay.
I think, right? That's your primary investment because
Right.
that's what your business is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're selling shoes to the general public, but you're also selling them to athletes. You want them to use your products, and those are the best people to decide whether your products are good or bad.
So you think athletes?
I think so. Yeah.
I think that's bullshit.
All right, explain.
No, I'm just kidding. But I think that if you're gonna sell a lifestyle brand, you're not gonna.
Use an athlete to do it.
And that's where Adidas has had smashing
You're not gonna
success
use.
the last
If you're gonna
couple
do a
years.
lifestyle brand, you're not gonna.
But I
take
mean,
Carmelo.
lifestyle stuff was never lifestyle,
Rajon
right?
Rondo.
Like,
We're
creating those markets now.
It's now,
because
yeah.
it's a now thing, right?
Yeah.
So you've needed to use a different marketing ploy in order to draw people in, and so that requires going and finding non-athletic
But
people to do
here's
that.
another thing too: is that when are you gonna wear?
Like
tech
John
fleece?
Mayer is probably the biggest influencer.
I
of
fucking
all.
hate John Mayer.
Wow!
Wow, you hate
I hope-
someone?
He listens to the podcast. Did you know? He
What would you
downloads it.
say?
Does he really? I don't like him
He
because
says your body's.
I don't
not
like
a
him because he went out
wonderland.
with Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Last time he
And
was at the
ruined her.
AVNs, he saw
What?
you.
And Jessica Simpson.
Wow.
Yeah, he was like.
I hope he ruined her. Anyways,
Well, there's no doubt about that. Yeah.
I think athletes kind of drive the market for athletic shoes because that's a very specifically tailored or created product for that one athlete to do one thing and play that sport. But when you're talking about influencers, like, why would you make a running shoe for a rapper or whatever, right?
But Adidas has done that, and they've been killing it.
They are killing it, but
And there's a ton of non-athletic influencers that are not
wearing it
signed,
for-
that are musically, they talk about anybody that's on YouTube or on IG or whatever that influence. Yeah, that also.
I always think that nothing is more relevant than watching an
Sorry. This is a great game. I,
like
love
it.
it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I don't get to
Jason's
ramble
revenge.
anymore. All right,
Yeah,
first,
I know, Jason's
let's just remind the viewers,
No,
and
your
listeners,
thought's done.
What segment this is. What is this called?
The STI.
All right.
Welcome
Next topic.
To the STI. Okay. Should limited release shoes ever be re-released or general released?
So we're talking about a shoe that was super limited and
So,
none of us got it.
point in case, I'll just give you an example.
Yeah.
Today, the Kobe Jordan 3
Oh, yeah.
was auctioned off for like 30 grand or whatever. Super rare.
Yeah.
Should that shoe ever be released at some point in a limited nature
Okay.
or a general release, or should it just stay the way it is?
I'll-
Any
I'll-
shoe in those.
I'll
in
give
those
a cop out
categories.
answer. Yes, I think that certain shoes should be re-released for whatever reason, but not every shoe that was hyper limited should be re-released. You know what I mean?
So you
Like,
just pick and choose certain
Let's
ones.
let's just say they should.
What makes you choose which one? That's bullshit. Like,
Where it came from.
Why it was ultra limited to begin with. I wouldn't, as much as I would want a pair, I would never want them to generally release a pair of Nike Mags per se.
Unless there's charitable connotations. Say I co-signed that with the Jordan 3 Katrina that had been rumored for years to be
it's supposed to be this year, but that's a rumor.
rumored.
Rumor.
But I hope they don't do that because it was a one of one that was that hit an auction to benefit Hurricane Katrina relief. And unless they can come up with another charity, if they can come up with any charity really that's going to do good like that, I'm all for it. Do a similar release that they did with the mags. Sell tickets at $10 a piece or donations, whatever they get.
That was the smartest thing ever.
And if you have one size run and people can dump $500,000 into it, I'm all for it.
What do you think, Pierre?
I think they should be re-released.
Any
or-
pair is up for grabs
Any
for
pair.
re-release. Okay.
I think so because I think it gives a little bit more of a chance for people like me who haven't got a chance to do so.
But
At a,
look, dude,
at a retail price, or
So
No,
you're
no,
basically
no.
saying
No,
that you should be entitled to any shoe. You should be able to get any shoe you want.
yeah.
I have the
MFB.
belief system that there are certain shoes that are out there in the world that shouldn't be owned by everyone. You know what I mean?
Why? What makes that shoe not owned by anyone?
Let's just say there's a friends and family shoe. Are you a friend or family of this particular influencer or celebrity or athlete? You know, if you're not, then that shoe's not for you. Why should you get a pair?
Pierre could be friends with
Did
them.
you play for Duke? Or I mean, did you play for
UNC,
Oregon?
Oregon.
If you never played for
Ducks or
Oregon,
whatever.
why are you wearing a Ducks shoe?
interesting.
Like that shoe is.
I see the validity of that, but I don't agree with it. Like, why limit it to that certain people? Like, that's selfish.
Well, that specific release was right.
No, why it is selfish?
Yeah.
Why?
So
would
it's
you,
Michael J. Fox is selfish for collabing with Nike to get those mags to generate $10 million in charity. That's selfish.
No, not at all. No, but
So that's
but the
not?
friends and family is.
Well,
Wait, it's
but-
only your friends and
They
family.
have to. They earned it. It's
How did they earn it? By being friends and family with them?
no, not that. I mean, like if you're
That's
playing.
stupid. yes.
Oh shit! That's exactly why I didn't want like a visual cue with the timer, so that can happen. All right, no problem.
Pierre's an expert at counting in his head. He knows when.
That's
to
why he's
do
so
it.
concentrated.
Yeah, yeah.
He's counting, or he's just
Counting.
watching my
1,000,
timer on the
2,
laptop.
1,000.
No, I get it.
That's
Though.
what
I
you
get
should
it, but
do. You-
it's just
okay,
weird.
no
Like,
more-
it's just weird.
Okay, last one.
that's it.
Yeah, that was quick. I mean, we're only doing 3 minutes
STIs
each, so
usually come pretty quick.
They do, and they fucking flare up like a lot. You're getting all flared up over there. Okay, the last
He's
one
over
is
9,000.
sneaker regret. Like, what is your biggest sneaker regret in the? So I was thinking like of purchases of what is your worst sneaker that you bought.
purchase
that you
or
just
experience?
Yeah, sure, experience.
Okay.
Sure, it makes it easier.
One time I lined up quite
So
early.
you notice how he's
for
going
a-
first,
for a
so that
pair.
he doesn't run out of time.
No, it's okay.
for a pair that I thought was going to be hype, and there were 2 pairs that came out. The first one eventually was hype, and then the second one, I'm like, I got to get this because the last iteration was so dope, and that was the LeBron 11 blue suedes. And
The
I,
Gene one, the
Smurf
Gene
shoe.
one.
and I
Smurf,
absolutely
Papa Smurf.
hated it buying
So
it.
if you wear jeans, you look like you're not wearing anything, right?
I hated it when I bought it. I hated
A
myself
onesie.
after I bought it, and I
A romper?
And I stare at that shoe before like the box that's sitting in my bedroom. I see that every night.
Oh, man.
And I just hate
Why wouldn't you
myself.
just put it somewhere else? So you don't have to
Why do
go
you
through
do that
every
to
night?
yourself?
Or you
No, it's a
self-loathing.
reminder.
Feel like
It's a
that's a
reminder.
dysfunction.
That's to
training
remind me
yourself.
not to make that mistake
Yeah,
again.
fair
Never
enough.
make that
Anyways,
mistake.
the fucking Smurf LeBrons is one of my
It
biggest.
should be like your
regrets.
pillow. That would really
and-
remind you not to
and
make that mistake.
Selling my Air Max 9D duck camos for way below the market.
Stupid.
That's not a
regret.
valid
Yeah,
Okay.
you were gaining money off.
Okay, how about you, Joe?
profiting. No, I think I'm gonna go
Still
last.
profiting.
Go
Okay,
ahead,
okay.
Pierre.
You don't have a choice.
P doggy.
Pierre is
Pierre.
when he said no to the Atmos pack.
Fuck you.
At
Want
retail.
you want the Atmos pack for retail? Nah, fam, I got this.
Well, there was just
Well, there's
so
no
much
more.
stock.
There's no point to talk now.
There's so much stock coming out.
Well, thanks for reminding me. No, but it's that
Yes.
and the cigars that I bought because I thought it was hype and I went for a
Sevens?
raffle. No, the one with the championship ring on it.
Nice.
Remember, I keep telling that story,
I
right?
keep loving hearing it. Though. It's one of my favorite.
I just won the
stories.
Legend Blues. Went for the raffle.
Yes. And you thought you were in a raffle roll
Yeah,
when all these unclaimed raffle pairs were there.
yeah. It was my new introduction to sneakerhood, but yeah, that's what would be it.
How about you, Jay?
I have no regrets. I love everything. that I've ever done.
Yeah, you buy
perfect,
2
perfect purchases every time.
all the time.
Your regret
No.
is when you try and hook up Pierre.
That is a big regret. Do you want? Yeah.
Give me a size 8.
I know.
Anyways, you gotta get to Joe. Do you have any regrets?
Yeah, not buying Shadow ones.
Oh,
2013.
You had a chance easily.
Yeah.
I bought a pair and I sold it for retail.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, it was the same day that the Toro 4s dropped because they got it a week late.
That I bought both of them at the same
Yes,
time,
and
and
I
then I
did.
sold the Toro 4s later, which I was
I
like,
kept the Toro 4s, and then
Yeah.
I bought the Shadow 1s. Like, you want the Shadow 1s as well? I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll buy it, and they'll return it or sell
Yeah.
it if they don't want it. And then, like, after I sold it, then, like, the
MFB.
Macklemore video came out, and I'm like, wow, everybody wants this now.
Oh man, influencer.
No, I'm not talking about I wanted it more. I'm just
I
talking
know,
about the
but
value went up.
influenced. Yeah, just
Shadows
because of
went up
something.
because of Macklemore.
Is that valid?
No, I'm just curious.
Why? Because he's
don't
white?
ask Joe.
All right.
You'll never
And
get the answer. That
that-
concludes the STI.
no, STI never concludes.
It doesn't.
It sticks
It's-
around.
It just goes back.
It flares
weekly.
up
It
weekly.
goes back weekly.
It'll be back. It'll be back.
The STI has settled for this week.
It's
put
subdued.
How do you guys feel about that segment? Do you guys
Like it.
Like that format?
That was
Yeah.
hot.
I think we got a lot done in a very little amount.
Yeah.
of
We
time.
should just
I
treat
know.
our whole podcast like that.
Yeah, and
We'd probably just
Jason,
say.
Jason didn't get cut off.
No, that's perfect. That's why I invented it.
Yeah, you never got the bell, did you?
No, because I didn't really have any
he's
answers
a
either.
narrator.
So.
All right.
He's a narrator.
All right.
Get
Good
the
questions,
cues.
guys.
Yeah,
So
good. I'd like to get-
before we sign off, is there anything else like you would like to add or plug or?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out the Monday Midsole, just because I've been listening to their stuff and been chatting a little bit with some of the guys there.
Cool guys, man.
Yeah, super funny, awesome show. Yeah, so shout out to Kev and Marcus and Mal and Dan. Good guys, good show.
Man,
So-
Dan's
Is that
been
your-
gone for a few weeks now.
Yeah, so hopefully everything's okay with him. And
What's the
on
name of the
side
guy that
things.
looks like you?
That's Mr. Marcus.
Mr.
Yeah, Polos and Jays.
Bet he's nicer
Shut up.
than you.
Shout out Polos and Jays.
I bet he doesn't get cut off as much.
Well, it probably does.
What? Anyways, yeah, before we sign off, of course, we would like to shout out our sister Sneaker Podcast. That's every Sunday. You can listen to Sneaker Bar Detroit's The Sneaker Box Podcast. They're on YouTube, I think, every Saturday. Saturday morning. As of right now, they record and they broadcast live on YouTube and later syndicated on iTunes and Google Play and all that stuff. And every Monday, as you said, 8 o'clock Eastern on YouTube is the Monday Midsole. Absolutely fantastic, interactive chat and everything. And that's where I got most of the ideas from for doing our show. And I participate in the chat probably 90% of the time when I get off work in time.
Eugene, what about our boy Soulfully Laced? Is he part of the
Laced?
fam? Or
I don't know. Once he starts producing content for us,
oh snap!
then I can.
Fam's
induct
getting
him.
bigger and bigger, man. I like it.
That's the whole point of this.
Yeah.
That's my big dream, is have a multimedia platform.
And
For
then the
everything
STI grows and
Yes.
grows and grows.
It's bigger and more.
We're gonna spread the
inflamed.
STI to all over Canada.
so
It's
And-
the sneakerphiliacs.
And of course, Sneakerphiles. Every Wednesday, you can catch Soul Food Sneaker Talk on YouTube as well. They also start at 8 p.m. Eastern, another interactive podcast on the YouTubes that you can catch. And of course, you can catch us on iTunes, on Stream, on Google, on YouTube. That's every Sunday morning.
AOL,
Yes, soon to be AOL exclusive,
ICQ.
actually.
MSN,
MSN.
Fantastic.
Anyone that remembers ICQ or was alive?
38583441. That's my
Serious?
contact, yeah.
Wow.
Nice. Wow.
I don't know why, but I still remember that.
Because you probably hoarded out to everybody.
He had it on his business card, guys.
Chest waist,
3441.
What was your screen name that you held the longest?
Love Daddy.
Yeah, I knew you would remember.
Oh man.
I don't know why. I went through some really bad rooms.
You want to be represented properly and accurately.
Accurate, yeah.
And it's love with the LUV too.
Of course it is.
That was bad.
See, back in the day,
Why am I
kids,
even telling you that? Oh man, I can't believe I just said that.
I bet that
Talk about
information
an
is still out there
STI.
somewhere.
That was good though. ICQ days was dope.
It was dope. I remember just waiting for the uh-ohs.
Oh, yeah, man. When your
typing
when
a
your
message.
crush was
Yeah.
Dude, remember
okay.
you can watch
We're
the
done.
live
Your
typing.
crush.
dude. That's what it was. when your crush accepts your friend ad, oh, that was the best.
Wow.
17 years ago.
Grade 8,
Uh-huh.
grade 8, grade 9, grade 10.
And how long you have been united?
Oh, dude. Oh shit. Yo,
Yeah.
dude, why do you
the same way?
He's
Never
talking
mind.
about her, Joe.
Yeah, sure he is.
You're an asshole. I heard from my friends.
Right.
Fuck, dude.
You know what? You know what was the craziest thing about ICQ is that you can watch the other end's live typing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't fucking reconstruct the sentence and then press send.
Who went old school MIRC? Anybody?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, that was the bowels of the internet back in the day. FTP sites and all that stuff.
Jeez.
Anyways,
Anyways,
for the
that's
Sneakerphiles
Holler at me if
podcast,
you're MIRC.
Yeah.
This is Eugene.
Hypeless Joe.
It's Jason.
Love daddy.
Happy hunting.